nothing happens. You have to be committed through the storm and the rain and the heartache and the pain and the disappointment, or you're not gonna make it. It's a commitment. It's not a feeling. While they was golfing, I was studying. While they was shooting hoops, I was studying. While they was playing games and sitting up and eating and joking in the restaurant, I was studying. You can't get out of something that you're not willing to put into it. You have to put your everything, your mind, your energy, your effort, your discipline, your tenacity. Nothing is going to jump out the fire if you don't throw something in there. It's not going to happen. But if we fight every day, one of them days is going to be my day.
Stop other side-by-sides in their tracks, but it's still loaded with features like a 475cc liquid-cooled engine. There's also independent rear suspension with dual-rate springs so you can ride in comfort all day long. The 5-speed electric shift transmission lets you drive in fully automatic mode or manual mode with paddle shifters. So head to USA Honda, 1371 Dalles Military Road, and check out the 2020 Honda Pioneer 500 today.
Need to make your house or apartment a little bigger? Hey, remodeling's expensive. All you need to do is store some of your stuff. And Burn Street RV and Mini Storage has the perfect size units for you. Burn Street RV and Mini Storage is located just off of Reese Avenue over by Memorial Golf Course, right here in Walla Walla. Call 520-1467 for more information on the available sizes. That's 520-1467. And if you mention that you heard this ad on the radio, you'll get a special rate. Call now, 520-1467 for Burn Street RV and Mini Storage. Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Welcome back to Burlesque Stadium. Of course, this pregame brought to you by Kip Kelly. For Port Commissioner, the committee to elect Kip Kelly on November 5th. You can elect Kip Kelly as your next Port Commissioner for District 1. Kip wrapped up a 36-year career with Coffee Communications this summer and looks forward to focusing all of his energy on the commissioner's role and dedicating himself to enhancing the county's economic vitality. I have his sign in my yard. I've already turned in my ballot. I've made my vote. I voted for both Kip Kelly and for Susan Smiley Nakaninsky because, hey, they care about our community. They're supporting Walla Walla Blue Devils, and I agree with their political beliefs and what they stand for. And, man, I sure encourage everyone else to do the same because I just really like them. I think they're going to be good for Walla Walla. We're going to go ahead, and I had a chance to sit down with head coach Lutfer and get a chance to talk to him about last week's ball game and this week's ball game, and we'll go ahead and go to that interview now. I'm here with head coach Lutfer of the Walla Walla Blue Devils, and coach, last week, tough fought ball game all the way up until the fourth quarter, and it was something to watch. Talk a little bit about that game and how you came out of it and what you saw on the tape as you took a look at it on film session.
Well, you know, it's kind of the same answer. You know, we played a really good first half. Again, I don't think teams quite expect us to come out and, you know, show what we know how to do and be as competitive as we are. I think they still have that memory of Walla Walla not being real competitive and tough on the football field, and it usually takes a team a couple shots before they actually say, okay, yeah, these guys are pretty good. And you know, and it's same deal, you know, tale of two halves, and we got to figure out how to play a full game of football and you know, be able to put the same product on the field in the second half that we did as the first.
As far as Pasco coming in, they're kind of a surprise this year in the MCC. Usually they're towards the bottom of the league. This year they're right in the middle of the pack, fighting it out for that playoff spot for the second one for the 4As. They had a tough game against Hanford last week, but they've fought very hard and have done well in the MCC. What do you see there that's different than the past, and what do you plan on doing against that?
Well, you know, it's, again, I don't know much about their past. I just know about what they're doing right now, and I do know that they, you know, haven't played great football in the years past, but what they're doing now is you know, they've got some really good talent on the football field, and really good defensive line, and they've got good depth. You see a lot of different guys play, really offensively and defensively. They're physical. They got a wide receiver that's probably the fastest wide receiver in the conference, and probably one of the top in the state, I would imagine, as far as straight track speed. So they got some talent, and they can strike and score touchdowns from anywhere on the field. So we've got a big challenge in front of us, like we do every Friday. And one thing I know, our kids are excited to play, and it's coming towards the end for our seniors, and they get that, and we got to go out and try to win this one.
Health-wise for your team coming into the ball game, other than the Wick injury this season, it's been pretty good for you guys. How does it look coming into the last couple of games of the year?
Right now, we're in great shape physically. Other than just bumps and bruises, which is normal. But Mr. Wick actually was on the practice field yesterday.
Oh wow!
And he is cleared to play. I'm not sure how much he's going to play. It takes a little bit of time to get yourself back in game shape, and the other thing is, mentally he's got to be confident that he can go out and play in a football game. So, but other than that, we are healthy, and it's good to see Josiah back out on the field with us.
I saw Sermon out there a little bit too offensively for you guys last week, and playing a little bit more than what he has. Seems like he's kind of working himself into the different teams a little bit more each week. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, Dash is obviously a tremendous athlete, and I don't know, a couple weeks ago I was just sitting there and I was like, we got to get this kid on the field somehow, some way. And we tried to become more athletic. We tried to get more athletic when we played Kamiak, and we put him at the rover position, which is basically a glorified safety linebacker guy, and then we moved Jacob Humphrey over to a joker position, which is outside linebacker or it could be a defensive end, and we just wanted to get more speed on the field, and Dash played okay the first game. Last game he ended up being defensive player of the game for us. So and then we'd try to put him in here and there on offense, play some wide receiver, and he'll play some quarterback this game. We still want to try to get that back and going, and it's been since Ryan's been playing well, and Dash missed some practices because of a heel injury. Ryan's kind of taken over the quarterback spot, but we have some stuff for Dash, and he's still going to start on defense for us, and he's going to play a lot of special teams. He's got to be on the field. He's too good of an athlete.
This season's been a lot of fun to watch, and I'm looking forward to this Pasco game because I have a feeling it's going to be a slobber knocker. So it'll be exciting to be there at home with the fans, and hopefully that'll bring a little extra energy to everybody. And then we'll finish it out with Wenatchee and see where the Cards get out on the field as far as playoffs go.
Yep, we'll find out, but we got to win this one and then worry about everything else later. Win every day. That's what we got to do. Win every day.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll be right back after this break.
When it comes to life, there's so much to see. More to see than can ever be seen, in fact. That's why at Valley Vision, our mission is caring for your eyesight. Valley Vision is a full-service optometry clinic that uses the latest in computer and laser instrumentation. Your personal care is our way of life, our reason for being at Valley Vision. Seeing better is one thing. We want you to look better too. Your eyes won't believe our frame selection and styles. Valley Vision, 22 West Main Street, Walla Walla.
As the seasons change, we rejoice in the new things a new month brings. The same is true in our lives, which have seasons. There's a rhythm to our years. The
Blue Devil football team.
Anticipation of the future. At Walla Walla Presbyterian Church, we are experiencing such a change this fall with a spiritual journey called Building Pathways. Join us in person or on this radio station each Sunday from September 22nd through November 3rd at 10:01 a.m. as we seek to know Jesus and make him known. Childcare and Christian education will be offered for all ages.
Oh, I loved making meatballs at Grandma's when I was a kid. Let me tell you something, she was very particular. If you made your meatballs too round, she'd slap you upside the head and say, egg-shaped, Thomas, egg-shaped. Marona, we don't want the meatballs to roll off of the plate onto the floor. Grandma's meatballs, best I've ever had until I tried a Fazari's hand-rolled meatball at Cucini. Their egg-shape caught my eye, just like Nonna's, and man, are they tasty, the best ever. Delicioso, Cucini, 960 Wallula Avenue, Buona Pazzo.
Double dip, to repeat the action of dipping a chip or other snack into a shared dipping sauce or mixture after taking a bite. Well, that may be Webster's definition of double dip, but here at Total Comfort Solutions, we have a totally different idea. For a limited time, you can receive up to $1,600 in factory rebates and get low interest financing with payments as low as $116 per month. Rebates and great financing? Now that is what I call double dipping. Call Total Comfort Solutions today or check us out on the web at comfortrightdayornight.com. Total Comfort Solutions.
Today's Union Bulletin offers you more ways to stay connected with your community, in print, on the web, or on social media. And now a full print replica edition is available online for subscribers. Visit the Union Bulletin on your favorite device to see local sports stories and photography, plus the most comprehensive news and information about our valley's people, places, and things to do. Support your home team community newspaper. Visit union-bulletin.com today. Walla Walla Carpet One is celebrating the Relax It's Lee's rebate event now through November 24th. Get up to $500 back on pet-friendly, stylish, and durable Lee's carpet. The only carpet with a 25-year no-exclusion warranty that covers stains other warranties don't, like pet stains, grease, mustard, even bleach. Hurry into Walla Walla Carpet One and earn up to $500 in manufacturer rebates. Plus, take advantage of our end-of-year stock clearance on Coratec vinyl plank, Karastan carpet, and much more. Walla Walla Carpet One, where we make beautiful affordable.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. So swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952. Limited time offer while supplies last. Discount depends on tire size and type. Cannot be combined with other offers. Details at leschwab.com.
You've worked hard to make it beautiful. Now get your yard ready for colder weather. L&G Ranch Supply, your local True Value hardware store in Walla Walla, carries rakes, fall fertilizers, lawn bags, tarps, everything you need to keep your yard looking nice through the winter. Plus, find a great selection of men's and women's Carhartt clothing. Remember to pick up a bag of Science Diet dog or cat food for your furry friends. Ask about weekly specials as well. Stop in today. L&G Ranch Supply, your local True Value hardware store off Tosick Way. A trusted name in the Walla Walla Valley, it's L&G Ranch Supply.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back, and of course this pregame brought to you by the committee to elect Kip Kelly. On November 5th, you can elect Kip Kelly as your next port commissioner for District 1. Kip wrapped up a 36-year career with Coffee Communications this summer and looks forward to focusing all of his energy on the commissioner's role and dedicating himself to enhancing the county's economic vitality. And I've been talking to him pretty hot and heavy. I want to try to get us an Outback Steakhouse. No, I'm kidding. I haven't said anything to him, but that's my goal. That's my goal. I'm going to talk to him about it if he gets elected. If you might, they'll say no unless you ask. You might as well ask, because the answer is always no, right? So as far as the game tonight, we're going to see, I think, a lot of heavy doses of running just because of the wind, the way the wind's been looking. And there's really no one better to get that done than Jacob Humphrey this season. As a sophomore, he's 4th in the league in rushing, has 113 carries for 585 yards. He's averaging over 5 yards a carry, has 3 touchdowns, right? And that might not sound like he's scored a whole lot of touchdowns, but that's the thing. I mean, it's like, we're getting down there, but he's not a selfish ball player. He's doing a lot of the work, and guys know that, hey, they got to stop him, but they can't. They've tried. They are not able to get to that outside, and he's able to run in and out. It doesn't really matter where he goes.
Yeah, and the big thing is the 5 yards per carry, because usually it's 3 or 4 yards in a cloud of dust. Well, 5 yards, you only got to run 2 times, and it's in theory going to be a first down. So I think any coach in the league will take that.
Then you talk about the outside, and you have Ashbeck out there who has 6 touchdown catches this season. He's ranked about in the middle of the MCC with 31 catches for 471 yards and 6 scores. And he's been big, especially on deep balls down the sidelines. He's able to out-leap a lot of the guys who are covering him. And he's a pretty athletic kid.
Yeah, and don't forget the 4 touchdown game he had.
Yep.
He can take over a game. Him and Marticelli can take over a game just by themselves. Maybe not in the wind here, but they could do it just to throw off that defense, because they're expecting running.
And Ryan Marticelli, as you talked about, I mean, he's doing a great job this season. He's thrown for just a shy under 60%. He has 13 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. That's a fantastic job. He's not giving up the football at all. He has 1,114 yards, and his efficiency is 146.6, and you can't beat that. I mean, that is a fantastic job by number 5 by Marticelli, number 6, and you really have to appreciate what he's been able to do. He had a little bit of experience last year, came in, used that experience, and got a lot better. He's really throwing darts.
Yeah, and he's playing smart, and he doesn't need to have the explosive stats because this isn't a team that relies purely on explosive offense or anything. This is a run, defense, and then play smart football, and that's exactly what he's done so far.
And defensively, they've looked really good, too, as the Walla Walla Blue Devils have done a lot of pressure up front. Those sophomore linebackers have been doing a great job, and then in the secondary, Dylan Ashbeck has 3 picks. He's tied for second in the MCC with 3 interceptions. And they'll come up and they'll lay a hit on you. And even if the offense can't do what they need to, they can punt the ball away. And Seamus Hall's the second-ranked punter, right now in the MCC, and he's doing a bang-up job. So really, in all phases of the game, they're getting a lot better each week. They're getting more explosive. They're tough. I've not seen them quit at all in any game I've watched this year so far. And they like to bring the wood. And if you can carry that all year long, that says something.
Yeah, and it just gets better because you start to wear out teams and you start to get more confident. And really, as Coach Greg said, they're going to get better every day. They're trying to win every day. The one thing they need to do is to complete those games because they can dominate halves. And if they can get that into a full game, I think they can be really exciting to watch. Not just high explosion offense, although we've seen they can do that. Not just dominant defense, which we've seen they've been able to do that. They can do it all, really.
Yeah, I really believe that. I think that it's going to be really a fun time to be a Blue Devil football player, and it's going to be a blast to see how this team advances from here on out through the rest of the season and into next year also. As far as the league standing so far, Chiawana, of course, at the top of the league at 6-0. Kennewick behind them at 5-1. Kamiakin at 5-1. Pasco 3-3. Walla Walla at 3-4. Hanford at 3-3. Richland at 2-4. Hermiston at 1-5, and Southridge 0-7. And Hanford tonight will be playing at Hermiston. Pasco, of course, here next week. Hanford will take on Richland, and the Walla Walla Blue Devils will take on Wenatchee. Pasco does not have a game scheduled next week, and I don't know why. That's a little different. I figured they'd have another game scheduled, but they do not right now. I'm sorry, they do. They have Chiawana next week. Chiawana at Pasco. So if they win tonight, Walla Walla wins tonight, and Hanford slips anywhere in the next couple of weeks here, it's going to be interesting to see how that all ends up. Hanford has the tiebreaker against both Pasco and Walla Walla. And they need to beat both those teams, and Walla Walla needs to finish out hard, and we'll hopefully see some happy endings here for the Walla Walla Blue Devils.
And hope is all they need, because that can carry a team, is hope.
That's
and
right.
then you're putting pressure on the other teams, and that can bring them down potentially, getting overpressured and worrying about if they're going to make the playoffs or not, instead of just worrying about each game.
As Pasco gets ready to kick the ball away, and they kick it down deep. And it'll be picked up there by the Blue Devils at the 5, up to the 10, the 15, the 20, 25. Kate cuts up to the 30, takes another break out to the 40, and then runs out of bounds near the 50-yard line. A great return up there by the Walla Walla Blue Devils. Fantastic job to get things started there by Walla Walla. And they'll send the offense out with fantastic field position just on the Blue Devil side of the 50-yard line.
It's so nice to have short field.
It is.
Because you can just take the deep plays, you can go short. Because you take the deep play, well, there's more likely you can get a one-play touchdown, just take a lead that quick. Or you can go slow because it's a shorter field.
As Marticelli settles in behind center with Humphrey behind him, he'll take the snap. He'll hand the ball off to Humphrey. Humphrey has a hole across the 50, up to the 45. Keeps dragging men up to the 40. Will not go down as he drags 2 to 3 defenders out of bounds at the 45-yard line of Pasco.
And this combination of power running, even though a zone, smaller line, it's working really well. the power running, and then you have linemen who are a lot more agile so they can get those faster guys. And really, it's allowing Humphrey to just go one-on-one, or heck, even more if he wants to.
That's right, and he really is pretty decisive. He'll put his foot in the ground, and he cuts up field, and he'll drag guys with him. Double tight formation as a little shift there by the Blue Devils as Ashbeck now will go in motion to the far side of the formation. They'll hand off to Humphrey. Humphrey looking for some room, has some patience, now cuts around to the outside, has the corner and gets past the first down marker up to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and we're seeing the same thing. This shifty O-line is doing their job, getting to where they need to be to lead block, and then Humphrey's just doing his thing by running him over and fighting and having the speed still with that power to just get huge gains.
It's nice to have 5 yards to carry, but it's even better to have 10 yards to carry, so that's kind of nice. Right now, he's had a couple of runs, 1 for 12, 1 for 11, and they're set up now at the 30-yard line with first down and 10 as they'll send trips wide receivers out to the near side, one to the far side. Marticelli in shotgun will take it. Rolls out, looks for somebody to throw to, does. Down the field to number 7 for the Walla Walla Blue Devils. That's Parrish. He'll have it and be marked out of bounds near the 10-yard line.
That was nice. Right by the sideline. Pretty dang open, but just to keep it in bounds, that's a tough question. The open catches are sometimes called the hardest when you talk to pros, so can't sleep on that. It's a nice catch, and he did what he needed to do.
As if you can run the ball, you can play action pass all day long because guys will have to respect it. 2 wide receivers out wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. That's Ashbeck as Marticelli sets up. No, this time it's going to be Humphrey. Humphrey takes the snap, direct snap, gets it across the 10 up to about the 8-yard line, a pickup of 2 on the play. And a couple of substitutions now in for the Blue Devils as they'll have a second down and goal. And we'll see how they're going to come out on this one. A little bit of a difference there for the Blue Devils this time, as Humphreys was the quarterback, I believe, on that play.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell these trick plays, but yeah, I'd assume so.
Marticelli sets up behind center. Humphreys, the lone tailback in the backfield. Hand off to him. Straight up the middle he goes. Gets past one tackle as he just pulls his foot out and will waltz into the end zone for the touchdown.
And I guess he wants to improve on the stats. They've been pretty good, but you can always get better.
That's right. As the Blue Devils get in, and they'll have an 8-yard touchdown run by Humphreys. Great way to start out your first drive of the football game against Pasco.
Yeah, and I'm sure Humphrey appreciated that big old hole they gave him. They abused there. It was pretty nice. I'm sure he saw that open hole and hesitated for a second, like, wait, this is too easy. But then he just kept on running, got it.
As Ashbeck now will set up in the 2-point conversion, now bring everybody back in, and they'll kick it as Hall will get his steps here as the kicker. Has plenty of time as he looks, lines up, and sets up. Ashbeck, the holder. Pauly will snap it back. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 7-0 our score here in Walla Walla with the Blue Devils leading against Pasco. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Yes, we're right in the midst of football season, but it's almost basketball season already at the YMCA. We have a variety of basketball leagues and camps for children of all ages. For 4- and 5-year-olds, we have Rookie Basketball League, where you can teach your child about the game of basketball right alongside our YMCA coaches. We also have 9 other leagues for kindergartners through 8th graders. You can register online at www.ymca.org or call 525-8863.
What kind of large format printing can we do for you? Hi, this is Sheila from Postal Annex, and I am so excited to tell you about our new wide format printer copiers. With these machines, we can print vinyl and paper banners, enlarge a family photo to poster size, print your favorite photo to canvas, or print blueprints for your construction job. And ask us about our quick turnaround times for high-speed color or black and white printing for flyers, letters, announcements, or small posters. That's at Postal Annex in the Plaza Way Shopping Center, Walla Walla.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back, and of course this Blue Devil kickoff sponsored by Susan Smiley Nakaninsky for City Council Position 5 Our home, our families, our children, our city. My focus. Vote Susan Smiley Nakaninsky for City Council Position 5. Brought to you by the Vote Knock team. As Hall will tee it up at the 40-yard line and get things going. Of course, that big play brought to you by Owsley Insurance, as Ashbeck had a big 20-yard reception, and then Humphreys, of course, walking it into the end zone for the touchdown. Hall will come up and will kick a high, short kick, bounces in play, and then is caught by the Pasco up back, and then is leveled at the 30-yard line. That was lucky for Pasco because he let it bounce, and I didn't know if that was going to be coming up Pasco ball or Blue Devil ball.
Yeah, and he had to turn around to try to get back to it because it bounced away opposite of where he was going. He was getting ready to go out of bounds, but it flew back in bounds, and so he looked a little confused almost. And when he got hit, there was a chance it could have came out.
Of course, all of our big plays, Owsley Insurance, we'll go ahead and give you that ad here in just a second as Pasco comes out in 4 wide receiver set. Snap goes back, handoff to the running back, Avina. Avina trying to get to the outside on the far right of the offense and has nothing doing as the Blue Devil defense smothers him for a short gain on the play. The big plays, of course, brought to you by Owsley Insurance, a family-run independent insurance agency that specializes in all commercial and personal insurance. Owsley Insurance has been a staple of Walla Walla since 1983. As the snap goes back, they look, pump, throw to the outside. Ball is knocked away by the Blue Devils. Incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and long. Give Owsley's a call today at 525-5604. They're located at 525 North Wilbur Avenue as they want to go hurry up offense.
That makes a lot. We got, it's just, makes our job a little bit tougher, but
glad I had the 5-hour energy. That's helped me out so far today. As one of the wide receivers comes over to the near side, snap goes back, quarterback looks, wants to run, now is going to try to get the first down. He'll be drugged down, and he will not be able to pick it up, as the defensive line for the Blue Devils doing a great job of keeping him contained and only allowing him a couple of yards. And it'll bring up 4th, and we'll call it 6 for Pasco, and the punt unit for Pasco will come on out.
And Coach Looper talked about speed, and when you combine speed with this group tackling and this team effort, it just starts to make it tough for teams like Pasco because they want to run the ball, but if everyone's got speed and they can get to the ball as quick as possible, it's kind of hard. And then you pass the ball and there's pressure coming.
As this directional punt will come down at the Blue Devil 35, take a Pasco roll down to the 30-yard line, and will be down there as Ashbeck wisely walked away from it, not wanting to try to pick it up and giving the Pasco Bulldogs a chance at that football. And the offense for Wahai will come on out. And as we look here, of course, we have to pay attention, make sure we know who our player of the game is, sponsored by T Walla Walla. T Walla Walla has unique hand-printed quality local T-shirts and has been a part of the Walla Walla community since 1986. If you're looking for the right gift addition to your wardrobe, or you just want to rep your team in all of its glory, head down to T Walla Walla at 19 North 2nd Avenue as Marticelli settles in under center and takes a snap, will fake handoff, roll out, look, has his wide receiver. That's Ashbeck. Ashbeck breaks a tackle. Great block! Coming back to get the block on the backside was number 9, Terry, and he cleaned a clock as Ashbeck was able to get up the field.
Yeah, and Terry showing a little bit of that linebacker with the hits, and, well, you can block and hit at the same time. We clearly saw that right there, and then when you take out the closest defender, it just makes it a lot nicer to run the ball, especially after the catch.
It's nice to have teammates looking out for you, as the Pasco defender was trying to come down with Ashbeck, and he just got a face full of Terry. As Marticelli sets up in shotgun, blitz being shown, fake handoff. Now they're going to try to throw, and it's incomplete as Ashbeck was running a slant route. Pasco was coming in on the blitz, but the Wahai line was able to hold clean and give Marticelli a chance at that ball, but just good coverage there by Pasco.
Yeah, and it just a little bit of hesitation or inch off. These little things that people can't really see or tell, they can make all the difference on certain plays.
2nd down and 10. Marticelli will flex out. Has the running back to his right. Hands the ball off to Humphrey, who might have picked up a yard. Marticelli was in the backfield still. and he handed it off. No gain on that play. We'll call it 0 yards, and that'll bring up a long 3rd down now for the Blue Devils.
And this is where the wind starts to become a factor when you need those 10 yards. Do you go for the draw play? Do you go for the play action, thinking that they're going to expect something from the wind? It's tough because the weather does become a factor in these kind of situations.
I'm wondering if they'll go back to that screen that was so successful the last few ball games at the beginning of the season. They haven't done it a lot the last 2 or 3 games. Trips to the top, 1 to the bottom as Marticelli drops, looks, going to throw deep down the field. And Ashbeck is absolutely getting mugged on the sidelines, but it's incomplete as the defender on that side had good position. That was number 1 for Pasco. That would be Damian Lacan, who is a very fast wide receiver and corner at 5'10", 165. But they wanted to go to their stud Ashbeck, who had the height advantage on him. That'll bring up 4th down, and Hall comes out to punt.
And you can't blame him for going for it. He's got great hands, so if it even gets near him, there's a chance for that play to work.
4th down, ball at the 47-yard line of the Blue Devils, and they'll punt it away. Hall will have to kick into the wind here as the Blue Devils. Oh, and they're going to get a flag on that as they were not set up correctly. Ball will bounce at the 25 and take a roll up to the 20, but they're going to have to re-kick that ball as the wide receiver on the far side was not up on the line of scrimmage, and then moved as the ball was being snapped.
And that just can't happen. But if they get a better punt, maybe it works out. But it's one of those things that you hope that the punter gets a better punt and that it makes up for it. But you can't hope on that, and you just can't make those kind of mistakes in the first place.
And my guess is that they're going to bring them back because that ball brought him back inside the 20-yard line by Hall. Good job there by Hall to pin him inside the 20, but he's going to have to do it again here.
Yeah, bail out his teammate, and it's possible. You never know what to expect, especially with the wind. You can have a turn. He can have a better handling of the ball because sometimes people let go of the ball when they're punting a little too early, and that can cause it to shank or it can cause it to go short. There's a lot of little things that can make this a better punt even.
So now Hall will set up at the 30-yard line of the Blue Devils, and just behind the 30-yard line. The Pasco defender sets up at his 30 as this 4th down and 15 will be underway here shortly. Long snapper is Pauly as he gets ready. Good snap as Hall kicks a beauty. Back to Lacan. It goes off of his hands. He'll sit down and pick it up. Parrish right hot on his tail. And getting him out of bounds near the 25-yard line is the Blue Devils as Lacan had a lot of afterburner speed on that to the outside.
I think he was just running for his life at that point because everyone was coming. That was a very point punt, and it went far. It went down quick, and he knew he had to get out quick or everyone was going to come screaming right at him.
As the quarterback for Pasco will set up, it's going to be Reyes. Reyes was 0 for 1 in his first series, had a 2-yard run after he was flushed out of the pocket by the Blue Devils. Blue Devils showing a 3-man front as Pasco comes out in 4 wide receiver set here. 2 on either side of the formation for Pasco. Reyes now sends a man in motion to the near side, the wide side of the field. He'll drop, look, want to throw, does, has his wide out there. It's Lincoln. And he went down to his knee as he tried to redirect, and he'll pick up 6 yards on that reception.
Yeah, there's not much to say there because it's just a slip, and, well, that happens for him. So he's going to have to remember that next time and remember to get his feet planted a little bit tougher next time.
And you can see what they were talking about as far as how fast Lincoln is. He can move it as Reyes now sets up, takes the snap, hands the ball off to Avina, who's in the backfield and just gets annihilated by the defense as he tries to get up on that right side. Good job by that defensive line and linebackers for the Blue Devils to limit that run.
Yeah, and that's where the advantage of the players that have a hybrid position, like Coach Greg mentioned in the interview, having the rover position, which is a hybrid safety linebacker combo, and then having a defensive lineman linebacker hybrid. You can utilize them in different schemes to counteract that.
Reyes now sits back, going to be flushed, going to be sacked in the backfield as he was hit and dropped back there by the defensive end on this side. I believe that's Cole Schmidt.
And Cole's been killing it this season, and he was one of the considerates for one of the big players of the MCC this preseason, and he's lived up to the hype so far.
4th down and long, and Pasco will have to punt it again as the punter will boot it away, and that's number 2 for Pasco, Tyson Nation, as that kick goes off the side of his foot, and the Blue Devils will recover it at the original line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line. So a short field again by the Blue Devils. Is that Sermon that picked that up, or was that Ashbeck? I think that was Dash. I think Dash got that one. I'm sitting here trying to pick up that number, and it looks like it is. Yeah, it's number 3 who picked up that football back at the 25-yard line. Good job there by the special teams unit.
Yeah, and everyone forgets how important special teams are until either a huge play or a huge mistake. And, well, depending on which side you are, well, it's a big play for us, so we're not going to complain.
No, not at all. As Marticelli will set up in shotgun, Humphrey will set up on his right-hand side. Twins to the left, one to the right, as now Humphreys will line up on the left side of Marticelli. Snap goes back, hand off to Humphreys, takes it, now reverses field over to the left side, has a break, down the sidelines, and he's going to be into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils!
And Coach Greg talked about how we're going to be utilizing a lot of things that you didn't expect, and utilizing players in ways that best benefits them, using their speed, using their athleticism. And he talked about it, especially on the defense, but clearly he's talking about the offense too. We're going to see some big plays, hopefully, throughout this entire game on both sides of the ball.
I am constantly amazed at how the sophomore is able to see holes that are not there and anticipate where they're going to be because of the flow of the defense. You saw him, that play was designed to be on the right side of the center on that play, and then he stops, shuffles his feet, puts his foot in the ground, and then busts his way up on the left-hand side as everybody over pursued, and he was able to cut through and get into the end zone for a touchdown. That was a fantastic play, fantastic read, fantastic vision by Humphrey.
If it works, you should call your own counter, apparently.
That's right. As Ashbeck will be the holder. Pauly snaps, hold, kick, and it is good. Blue Devils up 14-0 on Pasco, and we have 5:52 left in the first quarter. You're listening to Blue Devil football on KGDC 92.9 FM.
Dear Walla Walla, you live here, work here, and play here. Guess what? So do we. This month, McCurley Integrity Toyota of Walla Walla will be collecting your non-perishable food items during the 18th annual Oktoberfest sales drive. All donations will go back to our local Walla Walla food banks. What we are saying is, we get it. Walla Walla is Walla Walla, and we are proud to be part of it. McCurley Integrity Toyota's Rick has provided 5-star service to Walla Walla for over 15 years. Linda, born and raised in Walla Walla, always offers positive financing solutions. Walla Walla residents love Caesar for the passion and integrity he brings to every deal. To Bruce, you're not just a customer, you're his Walla Walla neighbor. Don't miss your chance to be a part of something special during the 18th annual Oktoberfest sales drive. Visit us today at McCurley Integrity Toyota on North Wilbur Ave in Walla Walla, or in the comfort of your own home at McCurleyToyota.com. Integrity in everything we do for you.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back, and of course this Blue Devil kickoff sponsored by Susan Smiley Nakaninsky for City Council Position 5. Make sure you vote for our home, our families, our children, our city, my focus. Vote Susan Smiley Nakaninsky for City Council Position 5. Brought to you by the Vote Knock team. And the ballot is out. Make sure you mark her name down along with Kip Kelly. And, hey, you'll make Blue Devils a happy camper, as Hall will boot this ball out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And you know what? I'm okay with that, mostly because you don't want to kick the ball back to the fastest guy in the MCC. I mean, that's just smart coaching. I don't care if they get the ball there. Defense has been doing a bang-up job of stopping everybody.
Yeah, don't allow their playmaker to have open space and make plays, because special teams, you saw guys like Percy Harvin in the NFL where they made a huge living purely off kickoffs for the part of their career. So if you can shut them down to just on offense, and it gives your defense a break, and then you don't have to worry about special teams, well, they have to rely with the wind to get their speedy guy the ball, instead of him just catching the ball and then from the kickoff and then just running and being free.
As they'll set the ball up at the 35-yard line. And they'll get situated here. Ashbeck getting guys situated at his safety position. Now they're going to move it up to the 40-yard line because of where it went out of bounds. And with trips wide receivers to the near side, one wide receiver to the far side, Reyes will sit back at quarterback with Avina lined up to his left. Reyes now waits. A whistle blows, a discussion by the officials, and it looks heated. I've always wanted to see officials like fight it out on the field, but not in a high school game. But in the NFL, that would be hilarious.
Oh, Ed Hockley's are over. I want to see him fighting. I think he could beat up some of the players, to be honest.
I want to see Ed Hockley throw a flag at his son, who's refereeing the NFL now. Trips wide receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Reyes calls for the snap, has it, drops, looks, wants to throw the screen, does. Out to the near side, looking for some room, is the wide receiver, and he'll be tackled and put out of bounds. Good job out there by Parrish to bring down number 13, Garcia, after that first down. A gain of 10 on that little swing pass.
Yeah, and that shows where the corners and safeties become important in the run game, because you don't really you don't think of them trying to get off blocks, but you got to think the wide receivers got to do something, so they're blocking, so they got to get off the receiver.
Reyes hands the ball off to Avino, and Humphrey just hammers him. Coming up also is the younger Ashbeck, who hits him low as Humphrey hits him high, and no go there, as actually it's number 32 in to run the ball for Pasco. That is Muniz, who ran that ball for no gain. As Reyes takes it and drops, looks, wants to throw, does. A high throw as number 17, Filmy, comes down with it, but he'll only pick up 5 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a long third down for Pasco.
And Humphrey on the previous play, I think he wants to be the only running back getting big plays today. So I think he wants to shut down this running game. He's supposed to be the star of the show today.
Reyes has it, throws out on a little out route, as again on the outside, Pauly comes up and drops the wide receiver for a 2-yard gain to keep him away from the first down, and that will bring up 4th down.
And that's a hard play to stop, because the out route's a hard pass to make, and if you get beat even a little bit, they can cut the corner and go for that first down. So that's a nice read by the defense.
And they're going to go for it. Reyes will step up. 4th down and 2. Big 4th down here for Pasco early, as he'll take it, drop, look, want to throw the out, does. Out, and way out of bounds, as they were trying to go to 17, Filmy, and it was incomplete as the Blue Devils were there with Parrish covering, and that was not going to be able to be caught unless he was Mr. Fantastic and could stretch a billion miles.
Well, I mean, I think they're looking for a Kamaikin 6'6" receiver right now.
Well,
but
they would have to have Messiah Jones, and they would have to have Messiah step up on a 30-foot ladder to pick up that one and jump when he got it.
And if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, they banned players standing on players. When they started using that to block field goals back in the day.
As we'll set up 1st down and 10 for the Blue Devils. They'll have a good field position here at the 42-yard line. Under center is Marticelli. He'll take it and drop. Looks, wants to throw the football, does, to his running back, and it's incomplete as it was a little short. He was throwing the ball as he was fading back, and the ball kind of died. Again, the wind blowing. Now it's blowing across the field from the home side, the Wahai side, to the Pasco side. Wind's kind of shifting just a little bit here as the game continues.
And that's going to be hard to adjust to if the wind keeps changing direction. Also, when you're fading backwards, when you're throwing that ball, it's going to go. You can expect to go under. The one benefit of that, though, is that it's a lot safer because it's the ground or the receiver catches it. So there's pros and cons to that, even though it was incomplete. At least worst case scenario, it's incomplete. Best case scenario, it catches it and gains maybe a yard or two.
Marticelli hands the ball off to Humphreys, who bursts through the inside, has a huge hole, and is gone. See you later. Bye-bye. Sayonara. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
And I think Humphrey wants to completely take over this game, and, well, no complaints here. I don't think Coach Gregg complains. I think the defense is fine with it. They're getting the break. Well, not this time because it's a long run, but they're completely fine with this, and the high morale, everyone's happy. why go for the deep pass when you can just get the long run?
I think Humphreys wanted to get some more touchdowns, too. He felt lonely. Only had 3. He had to catch up with some of the guys that were ahead of him out there on the stat sheet for MCC. But I'll tell you what, the linemen for the Walla Walla Blue Devils, they're doing a fantastic job of making holes up there, because he hit that hole going full speed and never stopped, as this kick is up, and it is good. Touchdown, extra point, good. 21-0 our score. 4:05 left here in the first quarter. Blue Devils celebrating early here in the first quarter with the lead of 3 scores. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Your local appliance pro knows a thing or two about which brands are most reliable. A recent survey of hundreds of appliance pros nationwide found that the 3 most reliable brands of refrigerators, ranges, dishwashers, washers, and dryers are Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. That's no surprise to Sonny Yeagers and his crew at Elgin Appliance and Milton Freewater. Elgin Appliance carries all 3 brands. Forget the box stores. Go to Elgin Appliance in Milton Freewater, the appliance pros. Open weeknights until 6:30, Elgin Appliance. Why do so many people listen to KGDC and KGDC2? Could it be our market exclusives on the top 2 names in conservative news? KGDC 92.9 FM has 10 minutes of Fox News each and every hour, and KGDC2 102.3 FM is the exclusive home of townhall.com radio news. Plus, our stations have market exclusives on powerful features such as Breakpoint, Focus on the Family Minute, Dr. James Dobson's Family Talk, and more. 92.9 FM and 102.3 FM, the best radio in Walla Walla.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Welcome back. That big play. Owsley Insurance, thank you very much. And make sure to stop in and talk to Mrs. Owsley at 525-5604 or at 525 North Wilbur Avenue, as the Blue Devils will kick off from the 40. A little pooch kick as it goes to Pasco at the 45, as they tried just a little screamer, just a little squibber, and they're not going to kick it deep. The Lincoln, there's no way. And Owsley Insurance, a family-run independent insurance agency that specializes in all commercial and personal insurance. Owsley Insurance has been a staple in Walla Walla since 1983. If you're looking for an honest and reliable insurance agency that'll work hard for you and your family, give them a call. Owsley Insurance, 525-5604, located at 525 North Wilbur Avenue. As Pasco will set up in shotgun, trips to the near side. Reyes has it, now gets flushed, now going to get sacked, and he's down on the turf, as the Blue Devils are relentless getting into the backfield. We heard a lot about the defensive line and offensive line for Pasco, but man, somebody took it personal out there on the defensive line.
Yeah, and then you combine that speed. They may not have the size you expect from linemen, but they got the speed, and they can come after that quarterback with that speed.
Snap goes back. Reyes will roll out. Humphreys hot on his tail. He'll look and get hit and dropped again. And I don't know if it was behind the line, but it was dang close, as the Blue Devils are harassing everybody out there. And they might have to call the cops, because it's going to be an assault and battery over on the sidelines there.
Yeah, and, well, the quarterback's going to roll out, try to get away from the line. But, again, it's a smaller line. They've got the speed, and so they can contain those rollouts. And, well, then you're just forcing yourself towards the out of bounds.
Reyes at shotgun again, takes a step back, looks, going to be flushed, now going to throw deep. Has his man deep down, but is overthrown again as they tried to go to Lincoln. And, man, the Blue Devils knew it. They had him double covered down there.
Yeah, and it's a bit interesting to see Lincoln being overthrown. One of the fastest players in the conference, and he's being overthrown. You don't really see that kind of stuff normally.
And
but wind's a factor.
Pauly and Ashbeck both on him over Parrish. I think was Parrish on the far side? Is that Parrish out there? No, that was Pauly. Pauly and Ashbeck on the coverage out there on the outside, and the punt unit now on for Pasco, as coaches making sure everyone's lined up correctly. They're coming up on it. High snap, as the kicker is able to bring it down and gets the ball away. It'll come down fluttery at the 30, take a Pasco roll inside the 20, and be downed at around the 17-yard line of the Blue Devils.
And one of the biggest things that's going to be happening right now is, can Walleye keep this up and not get cocky and start getting complacent and going, we're already up 21 points and it's only the first quarter. The game can change at any moment, so you got to keep hitting that hole, keep doing everything at 100 miles an hour, because games can change and they don't want to get blown out, so they're going to be going 100 miles an hour themselves.
As Humphreys, who has had a fantastic game so far tonight, He's already over 100 yards with 7 carries on the night. Will set up as a long snap count, 2 wideouts to the near side. Marticelli drops, looks, wants to throw deep, now fleshed out to the near side. Rolls, now has a man. It's Pauly. Pauly with the catch. He breaks the tackle and is up to the 35, 36-yard line and is brought down. Nice job there by Hunter Pauly to pick up yardage and pick up enough for the first down.
That was a nice situation. You had the short passer. If he wanted to roll out, he could, because there's a huge pocket there. So even if they did cover Pauly, then he could have just ran it for a couple yards. Instead, the route's open. He gets the ball. He breaks the tackle and gets the first down.
I really appreciated Hunter coming back to the football when it was thrown to make sure that the defense wasn't able to jump on it either. And that was pretty cool. As Marticelli now has it, going to run the option game outside to Humphrey, who has the corner and then is pushed out of bounds as he crosses the 30-yard line, and will pick up about 5 or 6 on that play.
And the option reminds me back when I played at Wah High, because that's what we did. We just option.
Second down, and we'll call it 4-5. Now they move it back a little bit. Second down and 5, and Marticelli will step into the huddle to get things rolling as the wide receivers will split out. Parrish and Hunter Pauly to the far side, as Ashbeck comes out to the near side, as Marticelli under center hands the ball off straight up the middle. And going nowhere is Humphreys, as there's just a huge pile that is up at the 30-yard line. No gain on the play.
The one good thing that can be said about that play is the edge was contained in a way where they forced the player to the edge and actually allowed them to get outside to allow the inside run to be able to make the play. Unfortunately, there were defenders there, but you got to give props where props are due, and the edge was doing the tackles were doing their jobs there.
That's the second time he's had no gain on a play, and he popped the next one for 25 yards the last time. Humphreys to the left side of Marticelli as he takes the snap and drops. Under heavy pressure, throws the ball out to his wide receiver, Hunter, and it falls incomplete as it's thrown low, and Hunter can't come up with it at his shoe tops as it bounces away to the sideline where Pasco is, and that'll bring up 4th down, and Hall will come out to punt it away.
And that was a low-risk, medium reward play there. You get the first down, you get the incompletion, you're up 21, so no reason to take a huge chance there. So
as the clock continues to wind, 1:44 left here in the first quarter. Blue Devils up 21-0 as Hall will stand at his 15-yard line. And now some split-out action going on by the Blue Devils as both of them now get up on the line. The long snapper, Pauly, waits for the signal. And there it is. Hall has it and will boot it away. A great kick, a spiral kick, takes a Blue Devil roll and will go to the 40-yard line. And a nice punt there by Hall to get things going.
And Hall he turned the ball to where he wanted it, got his hand under, had enough time to place it where he wanted to. And if you can get that placement right and have enough time to kick it, it looks good, and it did well.
And he's a good kid, too. Good academic young man, a nice young man. Have him in class for U.S. history, and he knows his U.S. history, too, so I appreciate that because I teach U.S. history. He's a good kid. He works hard out there. As Reyes now sends all his men out into the formation, and the Blue Devils jump off sides as they were going to try to get into the backfield early. They had their ears pinned back. They wanted Reyes bad.
And that, even though it's a penalty, that gets the quarterback. He's going to try to get those fakes, but if they can get that timing right with that aggression, it's not going to be a fun day for Pasco.
No, not at all, especially if you're the quarterback and you're running for your life, because Cole's not a slow kid. I did beat him in middle school in a race, though. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to take that to my grave as I had a chance to have him as a middle school coach. As that pass is bounced and incomplete by Reyes, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 5 now for Pasco. Reyes trying to get to his wide receiver on a post, as he'll send again trips to the near side, one to the far side. The one on the far side is Lynn Cohn, who's exceedingly fast. Snap goes back, throws the ball out again on that little swing route, and doing a nice job out there are the Blue Devil secondary players, as Ashbeck's out there. Also out there is Parrish. Also out there is, who is that, Sermon? No, that's Moore, and Moore out there. No, Sermon. Yeah, it is Sermon. Sermon out there also as they rallied to the football.
And that's something we've seen all year long. And with this win, you got to wonder if that's going to affect the passing game because they're running a lot of short passes, maybe just an inch or two forward from where they want it to be, and that can cause mistakes.
Third down now, and Reyes didn't see anybody, tried to run for it, and he didn't go anywhere, as that will also be a sack as he's wrapped up, not brought down, but he had 3 Wahai Blue Devils wrap him up, one in front and one on either side of him as he broke to the middle of that offensive line. No go.
There was a hole and then gone.
Yeah, it was like watching a speed trap by a cop out on a highway, and the lights came on. It was over. As the punter comes up, gets ready to kick the ball away from the 30-yard line. 2 men back deep to receive for the Blue Devils. As the punter now will send 2 men out wide. Snap goes back, and a little directional punt, a high, shallow punt, bounces on the ground and is picked up. Ball comes out again. Ashbeck tries to get it. We'll see. I think Pasco came up with it, and they did. Ball turned over inside the 20-yard line as the man who brought it up had it knocked out, and I believe that was Moore. Who was it? Was it Moore? Was it Pauly? Couldn't see who that was bringing it up. We'll check the instant replay as there's a YouTube video going on right now. Andrew Sayers has his kids out here recording it. As Reyes will send a man in motion to the near side, takes the snap, drops, and the ball is deflected and thrown backwards. They're going to call it an incomplete pass as Cole Schmidt did his best volleyball impersonation and spiked it down to the floor.
Yeah, and that's just, can't make a play if it's swatted down. And, well, at this point you're trying to kill clock and you're trying to make sure they can't score because Wahai's got a lead. And on the special teams play, I again couldn't see, but I'll make a note of what happened last time with Pasco. Now it's happening with us. You forget how important special teams is until something bad or good happens.
That'll end the first quarter. Blue Devils up 21-0. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Let's do it.
You're crazy hungry with an appetite like a lion, not a mouse.
You want mad filling pizza toppings, then you want a house.
Salami, olives, mushrooms, and a rockin' tons of pepperoni.
Plus beef, Italian sausage. The house ain't front and ain't no phony.
Roll to Fazari's for the house. See us, give us a shout.
It's old school good pizza. Word. Peace out.
You boys, so retro.
Mamma mia.
Fazari's finest on Bridge Street in Clarkston and Fazaris.com.
Do it like that.
Pocket iNet Communications is now offering internet service that is an incredible 20 times faster than cable to the residents of Walla Walla Valley. You too can get access to this super high-speed gigabit internet by visiting pocketinet.crowdfiber.com and entering your address. That's pocketinet.crowdfiber.com. pocketinet.crowdfiber.com. Welcome to Gigabit Country. No limits, just possibilities.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Welcome back. Reyes has it. Now will throw the ball out to his running back, who is running a little swing route out to the far side, and that goes nowhere as a trio of Blue Devils met him before he even got up to the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss on the play of 1.
And this might be their attempt at what their plan is for the win because they were running it early, it was not working, and so now they're trying to get those quick passes. That way the wind can't get enough time to really start pulling the ball too much.
Twin wideouts on either side as Reyes has it, drops, looks, wants to throw. He's hit as he threw, and he will have his wide receiver into the end zone for the touchdown. That was number 13, Garcia. He brought it in for the score there, a 20-yard gain for Reyes on the touchdown as he was hit just as he threw, just a nanosecond too late to prevent that score.
Yeah, and that's something the quarterback might remember because that pressure's coming. Even though he got the touchdown, that pressure might come screaming again and again. Might make him a little bit more conservative. And Wahai needs to remember they're up, but they still need to not stay complacent because 2 more scores and they can be tied up, and it's still early in the game. So they got to keep going 100 miles an hour.
21-6, extra point on coming. High snap, snaps down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-7 our score here at Burleski Stadium. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Did you know that the first air conditioner was not created for cooling purposes? It was actually designed to control humidity. Air conditioners have come a long way since then, and they do so much more. The latest Carrier systems not only regulate moisture, they also keep you comfortably cool and improve indoor air quality. If you're in the market for a new air conditioner, ask the team at Grassy Refrigeration for their advanced options from Carrier. Turn to the experts. Call Grassy today at 529-9700. That's 529-9700.
Quality isn't expensive, it's priceless. This old saying is true not only for your doctor or lawyer, it's true for your auto mechanic as well. Everybody wants to work with a mechanic they can trust. That's why more and more folks are coming to us at Walla Walla Transmission on the corner of Bennett and West Rose Street. Hi, Julie Doty here. At Walla Walla Transmission, we have ASE certified technicians with over 40 years of combined experience. We specialize in transmission service and repair, but can fix darn near anything that rolls in. Call us at 525-8710. That's 525-8710.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back. Pasco will kick the ball away, and sitting back are two returners, and it's nice to see. It looks like Wick back there for the Blue Devils as a return man. At the 15-yard line, it looks like Wick and Ashbeck.
And seeing Wick is nice because he's been having problems. And just a couple snaps, I mean, he's a tough guy. I think he'll push himself. He's going to be confident. It's about getting back in the groove of things.
As Ashbeck will take it from about his 10, he'll cut it upfield, has some space, now breaks into the open at the 30 and is hit and dropped at the 31-yard line as he was able to stutter step and find some room, pick up about 20 yards on the return there. And the Blue Devil offense will come on out. Nice to see Wickety Whack out there being able to try to get something done just to see him out there after the injury he had off the football field. It's nice to see him back out, especially because he's a senior this year.
Yeah, and you hope that they can keep this gap so they can utilize him in the way that's best fitting for him. They don't want to rush him, but they also want him to get him back in the groove of things for hopefully next week.
Marticelli behind center, double tight formation, hands the ball off to Humphrey, looking for some room, has a little cut to the outside, has the first down, and then is out of bounds, a pickup of about 12 on the play.
And we've seen Humphrey been playing really well this season, but I think he says you haven't seen the best yet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind him if he just completely obliterates the stats he's had normally and just has really an amazing game compared to even his usual. Never going to complain about that.
As right now he's at 10 carries for about 135 yards. That's not too shabby for a night's work, and it's only the second quarter. As Marticelli will set up under center. Long snap, has it, drops, hands the ball off again. Humphrey pushes forward, should have been down at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to pick up about 3 or 4 yards on second effort.
And if that's one of his worst runs of the entire game, I'll take it because it's still tied out the defense. It's still got 3 or 4 yards, which is on track to get that first down, so nothing to complain about on that run.
2nd down and 7. Ball shy of the 45-yard line as Marticelli gets the play, and now we'll head into the huddle. They break it. They'll send 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 wideout to the far side. Marticelli in shotgun has it. Will fake handoff. He'll keep it himself. Comes over on the right-hand side. Nice block by the wideout on the far side to get Marticelli the room that he needed for the first down. And he will have it at the sticks for a pickup of 7.
We don't really see him run much, at least past the line of scrimmage, so that was a nice run to see. And, well, the edges were contained well by the tackles, and receivers were blocking well. Just nice overall play.
1st down and 10 for the Blue Devils in Pasco territory. New down, new sticks. Marticelli working the clock inside of 10 minutes after the play, as Marticelli will be in shotgun, double tight again for the Blue Devils. He'll take it and drop. Wants to throw, has time, winds up, throws the ball deep down the field to Pauly, and it goes in and out of his hands inside the 20 at about the 14-yard line. Incomplete. That was a dime thrown by Marticelli, Good job there by Marticelli on the tight spiral down the field.
Yeah, and it may not have been the big play we were hoping for, but really it starts to get that defense worried because they were thinking run, run, run. They had their guys backed up, then pushed back in expecting the run. Now they're going to start having to back up because they see that deep passing plays that's still available. They're not keeping it in their pocket. They're ready to do it whenever the defense is willing to give it to them.
Parrish will come on out, and the younger Ashbeck will head on in. Usually when they bring him in, they'll go to an I formation as the Blue Devils will call timeout as the play clock was rolling down. We'll take it with them. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on 92.9 FM KGDC.
Wow, guys, it's October, and that means it's moving time. I'm Kevin Smith, General Manager at Walla Walla Valley Honda, and our 2019s have to go. CRVs, Pilots, Odyssey vans, Accord, Civics, even the brand new Honda Passport, all aggressively priced and ready to take home. With our price promise guarantee, shopping is super simple. With our 15-minute guarantee, your time here will be super fast. And with a great staff who loves to take care of you, your car buying experience will also be super fun. Right now, today is the time, so swing by, give me a call, or find us online at WallaWallaValleyHonda.com.
Hi, this is Brian Gaines from Wall to Wall Furniture and Mattress. For families of those protecting our country, earning a Gold Star is not an honor one would want. Gold Star families are families who lose loved ones in a time of war. This year's annual community give back event supports the Gold Star Families Memorial Monument. During this event, 5% of all sales for the month of October will be donated to the Gold Star Monument to be installed at Fort Walla Walla Park. We're proud to support the efforts to pay tribute to families that have paid the ultimate price for our freedom.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back as the Blue Devils will line up with this 2nd down and 10, and Marticelli is going to come out at wide receiver. It looks like Ashbeck, the younger Ashbeck, and Humphrey will be in the backfield, and here they come. Ashbeck looking for some space on that outside, and he'll be hit and pick up about a yard. He comes out of the pile, dives forward across the 45, but they're not going to give that one to him as they'll give him maybe a yard.
And seeing these kind of plays, it makes the defense hesitate because usually you're expecting Marticelli in the backfield with Humphrey and then, standard offense. And then you all of a sudden see someone like Humphrey playing quarterback or Ashbeck, and you start to go, wait a second, change the defense.
Yeah. As the Blue Devils will send twins out to the near side, one to the far side. Marticelli back at quarterback again. Snap goes back, drops, looks, has time. Now flushed out, thrown from his back foot. He'll have his wide receiver. Let's see if they're going to give him the catch. Can't tell if they're going to give him the catch or not. They're going to say no catch, out of bounds, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And with high school and college, it's even tougher than the NFL because you got to get only 1 foot inbound. So, and they don't have the replay, so it's tough for a ref in these situations because you only got to check for 1 foot, not both.
As the punt unit it's going to be a punt here as Marticelli will have a quick kick, and he does. And that kick will bounce at the 10, bounce at the 5, and go into the end zone. It was close. Thought maybe that he could be able to get it to check up a little bit, but not. And it'll be a touchback as the Blue Devil defense will come out and try to stop Pasco. And they'll have a lot longer field to do that with this time.
Yeah, and if the worst case scenario is 20-yard field starting from the 20, I mean, it's a risk worth taking because either you're getting 20 or less. Nothing to complain about there.
As the defense will head on out, Coach James making sure that they understand their duties. Reyes settles in behind quarterback and has it. Hands the ball off to Avino, this time it's Munez, and he'll pick up about 5 on the play.
And you're seeing Pasco running a spread shotgun formation, which usually you think of a passing, but some teams will use it to run the ball because you're spreading out the defenders, and it causes it to be a numbers game on linemen.
As they give again to Munez, and the younger Ashbeck up to hit him, drop him at the 30. A pickup of maybe 1 on the play there. And it'll bring up, nope, they will give him the 1st down. They said they got it. Wow, 1st down and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Reyes checks the defense, trips to the near side, and the Blue Devils jump off sides as they tried to get a jump there on the ball. That'll give them 5 yards cheap. And we'll move the ball up to the 35-yard line.
You gotta love the aggressiveness because some of the best players in the league get a lot in high school, college, and the pros get offsides because they're coming screaming. Michael Bennett, when he was with the Seahawks, one of those penalized players for offsides, and as we know, he did great that entire time. So the aggressiveness is a good thing. You just got to get that timing perfect, and then that becomes deadly.
Reyes has the ball, drops, looks, wants to throw, does, has it on the outside as he cuts it back, and then it's hit and dropped. Good job out there as the Blue Devils come up to make the stop. That's Ashbeck with the tackle, a pickup of about 8 on that play.
And there was a nice tackle because he was losing his footing. So at that point, if he's losing your footing, as long as you pull him down, he's going down. But so that means you can start going after that ball. So there's a chance there for not only a tackle, but a fumble there.
Second down and short now for the Pasco Bulldogs as they'll snap it, throw it, and have it incomplete as Ashbeck was stuck on the wide receiver going down the field, and a flag in the backfield. And this could be a hold, I believe, on the right tackle of Pasco as he was being challenged by Humphrey and Cole Schmidt on that side.
That's a dangerous duo, and you got to wonder how much this wind is going to affect those deep plays because they've been doing the deep ball regardless of the wind, and it seems like there's either miscommunication or the wind's having more of an effect than at first thought because we're starting to see these big plays being off just by a little, and you start to wonder if the wind is doing more than, well, we knew the wind was going to be a factor, just didn't know how much, and, well, it's starting to be a big factor at this point.
As that play will push him back 10 yards, a big 10 yards, as it'll now be second down, and we'll call it 14. Reyes at quarterback sends Munoz to his left-hand side in the trips formation to the top. Under pressure, ball is knocked, but the screen pass is set up. A nice job on the outside as sitting back there was the linebacker, as it looks like it's Ashbeck who got a hold of him, but I think he got his finger tweaked just a little bit as he was coming in to make that tackle, and he ran off the sidelines. And a timeout called by Lupford to check on his linebacker and to get his defense squared away on this quick, fast-paced Pasco offense. We'll take a break. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on 92.9 FM KGDC.
When you're looking for new flooring for your home, it can be a struggle to find someone you can trust to help you make the right choice. With over 40 years of experience in the flooring industry, trust is just one of the many reasons why Connors Flooring and Design was voted best of the best. We use the finest local licensed installers to make sure your project gets done right the first time. Give us a call at 522-0176 today or stop by our brand new showroom at 650 Northeast Rose Street in College Place for a free estimate. Connors Flooring and Design. We'll take good care of you.
Do your personal goals include a comfortable retirement, paying for your granddaughter's college education, or leaving a meaningful financial legacy? Let D.A. Davidson help you prepare for your future, whatever it may include. Financial advisor Bill Fleener offers the experience and solutions to help you on the road toward your goals. When you're ready to create your roadmap for a strong financial future, call Bill Fleener at D.A. Davidson, 509-526-5755. Bill's only goal is your success. D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back as this pass out to the far side and almost picked off by the Blue Devils, but able to come down with it is the wide receiver for Pasco as he cuts up the field and picks up the first down into Blue Devil territory at the 49-yard line, and Reyes is quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. Calls for the snap. Oh, movement in the backfield. That'll move him back 5 as Munoz got a little bit of a head start on that, and that'll happen when you're trying to do a hurry-up offense. And sorry if we missed a little bit of that play there, but we were in commercial. Had to make sure we get our commercials in here, and we missed one play. And man, I tell you what, that was close, Austin. As there was a little out route there, and Pauly jumped it, and it was just off his fingertips. Otherwise, he would have had that pick.
Yeah, and that's why the out route is considered one of the hardest routes to throw, even though it's not a deep ball. If you're not perfect on it, it can get intercepted or
Reyes
really anything.
Hands the ball off to Munoz up the middle, and Munoz might have picked up 3 or 4 on that play. Brings up a third down now, and 11. with 7:13 left to play here in the second quarter. Second down and 11, excuse me. As Reyes again in shotgun will have it. Hand the ball off again up the middle, and they're just trying to go up the middle right now as they'll pick up 4 or 5 yards. And this time up to the 45-yard line, picking up about 5 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 now for the Pasco Bulldogs. And Wahai needs to come up with a stop here and get tough up in the middle.
There's a slight movement by the running back, but you don't really see false starts on running backs, so it's not hard to note it, or it's hard to notice.
Reyes drops, wants to throw, does, deep down the field, has a man, and it's incomplete as they were trying to hit number 10, De Leon. And De Leon missed. It was like Ponce de Leon. Did not get there.
De Leon de la Mist.
De la Mist. As it'll bring up 4th down and 6 now for Pasco. They're down by 2 touchdowns. 21-7 our score. 6:29 left here in the second quarter. Blue Devils lead, and it looks like they're going to go for it here. As Pasco, not wanting to punt the ball away, Reyes will be in shotgun. Trips to the near side. One to the far side. Calls for the snap. Tries to get the Blue Devils to jump. They did not. Now he looks over to the sidelines. 2, 1, 0. Clock expires. Delay a game. They'll move them back 5. Pasco will need to punt the ball now. They'll have a harder time here. As they were doing their best to try to get the Blue Devils to jump, and the Blue Devils held their water.
And the thing is that defense and offense, when it comes to jumping, the defense can jump as long as they're not in the neutral zone or causing any problems, because they can move a foot. There's no problem with the defense. Offense says that's a penalty, so it's a little bit different when it comes to the offense and defense when it comes to jumping.
4th down and 11. Ball right at the 50-yard line. And the punt unit comes on in as the Blue Devils will send Ashbeck back to return it. And Pasco will split out. Snap goes back, directional kick, and a sideways kick as they say, hey, get out of the way of it. And it will be downed at the 15-yard line with 6:20 left in the first half, and the Blue Devils leading 21-7. And want to make sure to encourage you in February to vote yes on the replacement levy for Walla Walla High School and the Walla Walla Public Schools, because it is a very, very important thing. As if you start looking at the things that the levy covers, I mean, it covers music, art, drama, PE, any of the AP classes and honor classes that we have up at the high school. And it covers about 32% of that. Snap goes back to Marticelli, who hands off to Humphreys. Humphreys looking for some room. Ball gets loose, I believe, as there's a little bit of pushing and shoving going on in the backfield. And it was close. Number 55 was getting a little extracurricular in there. And the officials were getting ready to throw the flag on him. Pickup of, we'll call it 2, 1. On that play for Humphreys.
And normally you start to think, well, this isn't the perfect situation, but with how Humphreys been running, you don't know what to expect. He can get a first down here. He can get the 5 yards that we're expecting. It all works out.
He could get up to 85 yards here if he needs to, the way he's been running the balls. Marticelli takes it, drops, looks, throws, little out route, and it's incomplete as it goes in and out of the hands of the wide receiver. Marticelli had it, slung it, and just not being able to come up with it is Terry on the outside. And this is probably, as far as incomplete passes, the most Marticelli has thrown so far this year, as he has a string of 3 and a string of 4, and not all of them are his fault, as a lot of them have hit the hands of his wide receivers.
Yeah, and part of it could be miscommunication. There's a multitude of reasons why there can be incompletions. Could be hands, could be miscommunication on routes. This is high school after all. We're not talking pros. It's easy to have a miscommunication of just a second or two.
Marticelli drops, looks, now is going to run up and is going to be hit and dropped. And he might have lost the football there as a dog pile ensues, as it looks like maybe he lost the ball, but he didn't. He'll come up with it. It'll be 4th down on that sack as they tried to pull the ball away from him. Hall will kick it away. And Hall will be kicking from his end zone.
And something that's got to be talked about by the half has to be the hands and holding on to the ball, because even though the ball wasn't turned over, there's a hesitation. There's already been a turnover in this game through a fumble. So got to keep your hands, got to keep it tight if you're going to run it.
A low snap dug in by Hall. Nice job of just getting it away as the ball bounces, takes a Blue Devil roll, and is going to be picked up at the 48. And a flag? Yeah, there's a flag on the play right where the return man was. I'm not sure exactly what that's all about. Or is that where they're going to say I can't tell if that's a flag or if that's just a beanbag and it's colored weird. As the ball will be near the 50-yard line. And here's the call. And it will be against Pasco. There was an illegal block in the back. Illegal use of hands. Some other naughtiness that was over there. And they're going to move them back on their side of the 50.
And that helps. It's a short field, so they'll take any extra yards pushing back Pasco. So,
as Pasco was able to go down and score on their last their 2 possessions ago, 4:35 left here in the first half. Blue Devils lead 21-7 here at Burleski Stadium in a very important game that has playoff implications. As Pasco's in the hunt, Blue Devils are in the hunt, Hanford's in the hunt. And Walla Walla trying to do their best to make some noise in the MCC this year, and they have an opportunity to end up number 2 in the league and get a chance at a playoff berth against the Spokane team, as they'll send twin wideouts on either side. Reyes, the quarterback, calls for the snap, has it, will hand the ball off to his running back, and he will come across that left side of the offense and be brought down for a gain of about 5 on the play. That was Avina.
And one of the things the coaches are going to be talking about is that they can't get complacent. They start out hot and it started to simmer out a little bit. That doesn't mean they can be out of the game. They still got an entire half and half a quarter, really. So they can bring that heat back and then completely dominate the game. Or if they get complacent, it could be a lot more competitive, and I don't think they'll let that happen, though.
Another handoff as the ball comes up, and ball comes loose as the Blue Devils starting to get a little bit frustrated. Slung the running back, but he still picked up the first down across the 50 up to the 45-yard line, and the ball came flying out towards the 50, but they said he was already down. Ball now at the 45-yard line of the Blue Devils, and they'll send trips to the near side, one to the far side. Reyes, looking to try to get something done here for their offense, will take the snap handoff to Avina, who's hit immediately and dropped right at the line of scrimmage by the right side of the defense of the Blue Devils.
And with Pasco running a lot of spread, the speed of the defense is going to be important because they have to be able to watch out for the pass as well as get to that run if they do run it inside very quickly. So that's where the speed comes in the hand that Coach Greg was talking about during the pre-game interview.
Jackson Owen and Omar Cruz with the tackle on that side. As the snap goes back to Reyes, looks, wants to throw, does, has his wide receiver Lincone, gets to the outside, has a little bit of room, and then is able to get out of bounds inside the 30 for a first down. He is quick, as they were able to get his towel off, but they were not able to bring him down. Parrish was over there on that side. Lincone gave him a little bit of shake to the inside and then broke it to the outside to try to get the distance on him. He is a quick young man.
And when you got speed, people are going to start to get baited by those first-ditch moves, because with speed, usually you think of people going for the first move and then going, but when you're afraid of the speed, you start to forget about the quickness, the sideline to sideline.
As Reyes hands the ball off to Avina, who gets tackled down by Omar Cruz. Cruz doing a nice job all year long from his defensive position, and it's nice to see him getting the work done out there on the D-line. Also, actually that was Jackson Owen on the tackle, who was his outside defensive end, who got that one.
It's nice to see some of the seniors making plays because they've got a short season left, hopefully a little bit longer than 2 weeks, though.
As the Pasco Bulldogs have twin wideouts, now Reyes is going to run. He's going to try to get up, and he will be knocked down inside the 20, and it looks like he'll have the first down. He's able to pick up about 10 on that scramble play and was able to get outside to pick up that first down. 2:21 left in the half, and they'll have first down and 10 at the 11, 12-yard line. Reyes with Munez behind him. Now sends a man in motion to the near side to balance it out. Takes the snap, drops, wants to run again. He throws the ball up, and it's knocked away. Good job down there by Parrish as he was latched on to Lynn Cohn in the end zone.
And this is where the tone setter is. This can determine how the half ends, because if they get momentum going into halftime, that starts to swing a little bit. But with plays like that, they can control the momentum going out towards the end of the half.
And Pasco will get the ball in the second half as we have 2:04 left to play in the half. Second down now. Snap goes back. Reyes looks, wants to throw out into the flat, does, and he is hit and wrapped and dropped. That's a great job out there by Humphreys, who was right up on him. He'll get it across the 10-yard line up to about the 9, and that's it. It'll pick up about 4 yards on the play, bringing up 3rd down and 6. They can still get a first down without the touchdown. Reyes with Munez in the backfield now, takes it and drops, rolls, looking for some space, throws it out, incomplete. Nice job in the back of the end zone again as they were trying to go to Lynn Cohn, and Parrish had the coverage out there, more support at safety along with Ashbeck, who was covering their man out there on the outside, and it'll bring up 4th down, and it looks like the field goal unit coming out now for Pasco.
Yeah, and the edge from the blind side of the quarterback caused him to have to roll out, and when you're rolling out, it just becomes a little bit tougher to make that precise throw, and that precise throw is what he needed, and, well, when you're on the run, it's a little bit tougher to do that, and, well, little bit close is not good enough except in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Minute 34 left as this kick goes up, and this kick is no good. Blue Devil defense holds here at the end of the half. Nice job by the Blue Devils. We'll keep it here as the offense for Wahai will head on out and have the football with a chance to get down for a score with a minute 31 left. And in high school, you don't get the ball where it's kicked. If they try a field goal, they move it and will bring it out to the 20-yard line. And the Blue Devils will have it at the 20 for this end of the half drive. And we'll see what they're going to do here as Marticelli will settle in under center with Humphrey behind him. Snap goes back, handoff to Humphrey over at right-hand side, looking for some room, and he'll be hit and dive forward, trying to get some yardage. Might have picked up 1 on the play, but the clock will run and be inside a minute 15 here.
And this is one of those situations where you can kill the clock as well as go for the touchdown, though, because with Humphrey, we've seen him make the big play already, so they can kill the clock, and if there happens to be an open hole for the end zone, I don't think Humphrey's going to hesitate there.
As they'll break the huddle, head on up inside of 1 minute at the snap. Trips to the near side, 1 to the far side for the Blue Devils as Marticelli sets up in shotgun. He'll pump, now roll, looking for some space. Throws the ball down the field, has Ashbeck, and it's incomplete as Ashbeck went up. It was in his hands, and it fell to the turf after it hit his hands. That would have been at the 40-yard line of Pasco. And with 47 seconds left, the Blue Devils will have a 3rd down and long.
And as he was falling, there was that moment of yes, no, because he was falling, and he was you're like, he's gonna hit the ground, it's gonna be good, and then it's gone, and just like that, the momentum, not the momentum, but the excitement, and then it's incomplete, not a pick.
As Marticelli lines up behind center, he'll take it, hand the ball off to Humphrey. Humphrey bends it back. He'll have the first down as he'll get the ball across the 30-yard line, or right at the 30-yard line. And it looks like there's a Pasco Bulldog down on the field and a timeout called with 39 seconds remaining. And I'm not sure exactly who they're going to use that timeout on. Is that going to be a Blue Devil timeout? Is it going to be a Pasco timeout? They're going to say it's 4th down. They're going to say it was not a first down, and the punt unit will need to come out as he was just shy of the first down at the 30-yard line.
And the clock's rolling down at the moment.
As no one called a timeout, and now a timeout called by Pasco as they want to make sure they preserve the time. It's 26 seconds left. be interesting to see if they just say, hey, we've been running the ball on them all game long, and with 26 seconds, and I just made him call a timeout. Wonder if he's going to try to just get the quarterback sneak. We saw that a lot last week if they needed that extra few yards, all they did was give Marticelli the ball under center and just have him go forward.
It's just 3 feet, and when it's 1 yard, you can go fullback, quarterback, halfback. And even though it's a run play and they know it's going to be inside, they also have to notice who is getting the ball. Because in that tight, they can go I formation, they can go shotgun, they can run it out of a bunch of formations. They're probably going to run under center, though. But really, they don't know who's going to get the ball. It could be the running back just because they might expect the defense to go after the sneak.
Or they could try to get the defense to be drawn off sides if he's under center for the quarterback sneak and try to get them to jump and try to get him expecting to do that as, again, Marticelli will drop back into that quarterback. Oh, and gets him to jump. Let's see what they're going to call. It's either going to be a defensive offsides or it's an offensive false start. It's an offensive false start. And they'll move them back 5 yards. Now the punt unit will come out. So it's been a little crazy here in the second half, and hopefully here at halftime, or in the second quarter, it's been a little crazy. Hopefully they'll get into halftime, kind of calm the nerves a little bit here with this 21-7 lead so far and not get a score on them as Lynn Cone is back there. They really don't want to kick the ball to Lynn Cone. Snap goes back, a little high snap, but Hall comes down with it. A high kick. Lynn Cone watches it bounce and go out of bounds near the 40-yard line of Pasco. So a nice job there by Hall, and it leaves 18.9 seconds on the clock here at the first half in the second quarter. And at this point in time, you just don't want to get beat deep. Don't bite on any outs. Don't bite on any sluggos. Don't allow them to get a little dink and dunk, no razzle-dazzle, no trick play. Play solid, do-it-yourself defense. Don't try to do something extra, and they can go in with a 2-score lead at halftime.
Yeah, and they can deal with all the kinks during the halftime. They just need to play smart, and then the kinks can be dealt with during the halftime break they have.
4 deep right now as the safeties are all lined up on the Walleye side of the 40-yard line. Trips to the near side, 2 to the other side as they get the ball out to Lynn Cone up the sidelines, and Lynn Cone will get out of bounds after a pickup of about 11 as they just got it out to him and wanted him to get out onto the out of bounds to pick up another 10. They'll have it at the 50 now with 14 and a half seconds left, and they'll reset it.
And they saw the linebackers 10 yards back and thought, maybe they'll just hit that area since they're probably expecting a deep ball, kill clock. Well, depending on how you look at it, that might have been precious time that could have been preserved for more deep ball attempts. Or
drop back, thrown, hit. Oh, what a hit! Dylan Ashbeck hit the wide receiver as the ball hit his hands, and there was some separation there because he was prepared. A little separation for the preparation right there as he hit that guy right down low, and the ball just screamed past him and his hands as his body bent one way and his legs went the other.
Remind me of the Sean Taylor, rest in peace. But he played corner safety. He played a lot of these defensive back positions, but he could slam even though he's a speedy guy like Ashbeck.
That was a great hit. Nice job by Ashbeck. He kept his head out of the play, made a nice hit, was able to get it done. 10.4 seconds left, and it looks like there was also a penalty on Pasco as they had an illegal man downfield on that play, and they'll move him back. And another flag as I believe there was something from the sidelines might have been said by Pasco. We'll see what's going to happen here. Let's see what the white hat has to say. As my guess is that because that flag came from the Pasco sideline, and they're consulting, writing down names, writing down numbers, and that's another 15 yards, and that just kills Pasco's chance. My guess is that they're just going to kneel right here because right now it's it's a long way to Temporary, and they got a long way to go.
Yeah, and the winds died down, so it can't help them out on this.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike.
This is the one time they want the wind, is so that I can give that ball a little bit more boost if they did go. But the winds decide to die down right now.
Yeah, the flag's starting to hang down a little bit as the band gets ready to head out onto the field here at halftime. As, again, another 15 yards gets tacked on. So instead of at the 40-yard line, they're going to get dropped all the way back to the 32-yard line. And the Blue Devils will say, okay, well, we're going to head back over on our side of the field at the 45, and you do what you want to do out there. As Reyes will have it, throws the ball, no pumps. Now is going to throw to Lynn Cone, and I believe he's out of bounds. And Pasco sidelines about ready to get penalized again, as I can see heads, and it's almost like a Jerry Springer show over there.
And this is not the place to do it.
No, not at all.
Then you're not just costing yourself, you're costing everyone around you at that point.
There's a lot of players over there who are, they can't believe the call kind of attitude, and that's not going to bode well in the second half. The officials don't take kindly to that kind of thing. Trips to the near side, one to the far side, as Lynn Cone now sets up in the backfield with the quarterback Reyes. They hand the ball off to Lynn Cone. Lynn Cone looking for some space, has it out to the outside, and he will run out of bounds with no time left on the clock, and that will end the half. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC.
McDonald's Area Insurance provides for all of your insurance needs, including commercial, winery, farm, crop, auto, flood, life, health, long-term care, renters, and homeowners insurance. The McDonald's Area team includes more than 20 agents offering professional advice on all types of insurance matters. Give Dan Baffney, Doug Borth, Sean Borth, or David Borth a call today at 525-5730. Located at 22 East Main Street in Walla Walla and 305 East Main Street in Dayton, that's McDonald's Area Insurance. This team works for you.
For 69 years now, Dale Gray's Buick GMC has been the easiest place in Walla Walla to buy a new or used car, get your vehicle repaired, or to buy parts and accessories. Why? Because for 69 years, we have made it easy. No pressure, no overselling of services you don't need, just simple, straightforward dealings in everything we do. Our sterling reputation has been earned by practicing what we preach for the last 69 years. Dale Gray's Buick GMC, South 9th across from the fairgrounds, Walla Walla.
Highly contagious respiratory diseases are easily transmitted from cat to cat through direct contact, through the air by sneezing or coughing, or by contact with humans if they've been close to infected cats. Infected cats can seem to have a cold or fever and may develop pneumonia. The best protection for your cat is a regular examination and a comprehensive vaccination program provided by your local veterinarian. This message is brought to you by the Animal Clinic East, serving the Walla Walla Valley's small animal veterinary medical needs.
Doyle Electric delivers an amazing range of services and products to the Walla Walla Valley. Doyle Electric's 5 divisions all strive to satisfy every customer every time. Doyle Security and Electronics is the source for all your alarm system needs. The most up-to-date security systems, fire systems, door access, and CCTV systems available to keep you, your family, and business safe and secure now and in the future. The best products and service. Doyle Electric. We care about your safety.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back, and of course this halftime report brought to you by Narum Concrete Construction. Serving Washington and Oregon since 1967, Narum Concrete is known for their quality and integrity, winning the Washington Aggregates and Concrete Association EIC Special Honor Award multiple times. They have over 50 years of experience with residential, commercial, and industrial projects. If you're looking for an honest, local, and experienced concrete company, give Narum a call, because no pour is too big or too small. Call 525-5877 today. And we'd like to thank them for sponsoring our halftime report. And of course, happy numbers so far today. 21-7 our score. Blue Devil defense doing a pretty good job of holding Pasco down. Walleye offense dominating their first 3 possessions and just bang, 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 making big scores. And Humphrey was the big part of all of that.
Yeah, and people might be thinking we're not doing as well as in the beginning of the first quarter, because it's not a huge high-scoring game. But at this point, you don't need to be a big high-scoring game. You just need the offense to be smart and the defense to contain, and, well, they just need to not be complacent, and if they can keep this up, they can win the game.
Well, and you got to give credit, too, to Pasco's coaches, because they got burned right off the bat, and they made some adjustments. They changed some things up, and they weren't able to get those same plays that they were getting previously. And Humphrey was able to be getting those bend backs because the backside was flowing so hard that they didn't have anybody containing on that side. And so give credit to Pasco. Now is where the real chess game begins as they go into halftime and go, okay, well, you did that, so now we're going to do this. And, well, it'll be interesting to see what happens here in the second half with the offense and with the defense to see what they're going to go back and do.
Yeah, and we already saw some trick plays from Wall High, so they could start doing that to get them to start pulling again, possibly getting two runners or really running option plays. They could run, like we saw one option play. Normally, I've seen option too much from my days, but it's good occasionally. And we've seen that in the NFL where we see players occasionally call the option just to get them to hesitate, to actually have to watch out for who's running. And if they do hesitate, then you just start running opposite of them if they're containing the edge, or if they flow through, then you run right behind them.
And I would imagine, too, that the wide receiver coaches are going to be having a talk with the wide receivers about, please hold on to the ball. It would be really nice if you do that today for us. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
and
especially if the wind's starting to calm down a little bit, then now you don't have the wind as an excuse.
And we're going to go ahead and give our play of the half so far tonight. Our play of the half sponsored by Eric Kimball, CPA. You're always a top priority with Eric Kimball, CPA. Eric strives to make a personal connection with each client to understand their current needs and works with them to anticipate their future needs. You can rest assured knowing your personal and business finances are in good hands. Call Eric today for business startup, budgeting, tax resources, and services. Call 529-2441. Again, that number is 529-2441. And our play of the half, it has to be the 58-yard touchdown scored by Humphreys as he burst up the middle and then just kept accelerating all the way through the back of the end zone.
Yeah, the big run's definitely, it's got to be one of the big runs. It's the question of which big run at this point.
And we want to make sure also to encourage you to vote yes on the replacement levy coming in February. Of course, we wouldn't really probably be able to be here as the levy is actually one of the big contributors to the athletic program here at the Walla Walla Public Schools. It sponsors extracurricular and athletics and clubs at 14% of what the levy dollars is at about $1.5 million. So again, the levy does so much. Levy is for learning. Bonds are for building. Okay, and so we've passed the bond for the building, and that has nothing to do with the learning that's been going on. And this levy isn't a tax increase at all. It's just a replacement levy, as it pays for about 32% of 40 teachers that teach music, art, drama, PE, AP classes, and honor classes all around the district at about $3.5 million of the budget. And if that were to go away, it would be a sad, sad day, as a lot of that would not be able to be taught at Walla Walla High School with the current funding that's out there. And, you know, Walla Walla has been awesome. They've been able to do the levy forever, and we're pretty excited about that coming up here because we know that Walla Walla will be able to continue with this levy. It's nothing different, and it's going to help the kids here in the Walla Walla community.
Yeah, and it covers such a broad scope that it's not just sports, it's not just music, it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And it helps everyone, and it helps all the students because it helps provide those outlets for every kind of student, really.
We'll go ahead and take a break here at halftime as the Blue Devils lead 21-7 here at Burleski Stadium, and we'll try to take the win home here against Pasco in the second half. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Honda's compact Pioneer 500 side-by-side is just 50 inches wide and still comfortably seats two. That means you can easily explore narrow trails that will stop other side-by-sides in their tracks. But it's still loaded with features like a 475cc liquid-cooled engine. There's also independent rear suspension with dual-rate springs so you can ride in comfort all day long. The 5-speed electric shift transmission lets you drive in fully automatic mode or manual mode with paddle shifters. So head to USA Honda, 1371 Dalles Military Road, and check out the 2020 Honda Pioneer 500 today.
Need to make your house or apartment a little bigger? Hey, remodeling's expensive. All you need to do is store some of your stuff. And Burn Street RV and Mini Storage has the perfect size units for you. Burn Street RV and Mini Storage is located just off of Reese Avenue over by Memorial Golf Course, right here in Walla Walla. Call 520-1467 for more information on the available sizes. That's 520-1467. And if you mention that you heard this ad on the radio, you'll get a special rate. Call now, 520-1467 for Burn Street RV and Mini Storage.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Welcome back to halftime, and of course this halftime report brought to you by Narum Concrete Construction, serving Washington and Oregon since '67. Narum Concrete is known for their quality and integrity, winning the Washington Aggregates and Concrete Association EIC Special Honor Award multiple times. They have over 50 years of experience with residential, commercial, and industrial projects. If you're looking for an honest, local, and experienced concrete company, give Narum a call, because no pour is too big or too small. Call 525-5877 as out on the field they're recognizing the Little Blue Devils as they are in the playoff hunt right now against the other MCC little teams, and they are kicking hindquarters right now as they are one of the top teams in this area as they're being introduced, and very proud of them and how they're doing, and hopefully they'll continue to whoop up on the Tri-Cities and continue to roll forward in their playoff hunt.
Yeah, and this is the future.
That's right, it is. And there's some big gentlemen down there. I'm telling you right now, it's kind of nice to see. There's some larger individuals, and there's some pretty good athletes down there for the Walla Walla Blue Devils. As far as tonight's statistics, so far on the day, Humphreys has 140 yards on 13 carries and has 3 touchdowns. He's just been phenomenal tonight. Marticelli has struggled tonight because he's had a lot of drop balls. He's made a couple of poor throws, but there's been a lot of drop balls. He's had the worst night statistically for him in a long time. He's 3 of 10 for 48 yards. He has a 17-yard completion to Ashbeck, an 11-yard completion to Pauly, and a 20-yard completion to Parrish. But there's been several passes that have hit people in hands that have fallen to the turf, and they'll get that squared away here in the second half.
Yeah, and we're still seeing the same Marticelli, even though it's not good statistically. He's still playing the smart football and not making the bad throws. Maybe not as accurate because of the wind and maybe some drop balls, but we're still seeing the same consistency in smart passing and allowing the big runs.
And we're looking forward to seeing what the Blue Devil coaching staff has in store here in the second half. As, of course, our play of the half, sponsored by Eric Kimball, CPA. Call Eric today for any of your business startup, budgeting, tax resources, and services. You can call him at 529-2441. He, of course, Humphreys, just blowing it up, as he had a 58-yard touchdown run up the middle and had a 12-yard touchdown run, and he had a 8-yard touchdown run tonight. And so far, he's just been dominating. And that offensive line for the Walla Walla Blue Devils opening up those holes, and with Humphrey being able to see that, I'm excited about it, and we'll see if they get back to that here in the second half. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get ready for kickoff here in the second half, as the Blue Devils will continue to go after the Bulldogs here in the third quarter, where Walleye leads 21-7 at Burleski Stadium. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC.
When it comes to life, there's so much to see, more to see than can ever be seen, in fact. That's why at Valley Vision, our mission is caring for your eyesight. Valley Vision is a full-service optometry clinic that uses the latest in computer and laser instrumentation. Your personal care is our way of life, our reason for being at Valley Vision. Seeing better is one thing. We want you to look better too. Your eyes won't believe our frame selection and styles. Valley Vision, 22 West Main Street, Walla Walla.
As the seasons change, we rejoice in the new things a new month brings. The same is true in our lives, which have seasons. There's a rhythm to our years. The change of seasons brings opportunity for reflection, celebration, anticipation of the future. At Walla Walla Presbyterian Church, we are experiencing such a change this fall with a spiritual journey called Building Pathways. Join us in person or on this radio station each Sunday from September 22nd through November 3rd at 10:01 a.m. as we seek to know Jesus and make him known. Childcare and Christian education will be offered for all ages.
Dear Walla Walla, you live here, work here, and play here. Guess what? So do we. This month, McCurley Integrity Toyota of Walla Walla will be collecting your non-perishable food items during the 18th annual Oktoberfest sales drive. All donations will go back to our local Walla Walla food banks. What we are saying is, we get it. Walla Walla is Walla Walla, and we are proud to be part of it. McCurley Integrity Toyota's Rick has provided 5-star service to Walla Walla for over 15 years. Linda, born and raised in Walla Walla, always offers positive financing solutions. Walla Walla residents love Caesar for the passion and integrity he brings to every deal. To Bruce, you're not just a customer, you're his Walla Walla neighbor. Don't miss your chance to be a part of something special during the 18th annual Oktoberfest sales drive. Visit us today at McCurley Integrity Toyota on North Wilbur Ave in Walla Walla, or in the comfort of your own home at McCurleyToyota.com. Integrity in everything we do for you.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Welcome back. Your halftime report, of course, brought to you by Narum Concrete Construction. No pour is too big or too small. If you give Narum a call, they'll give you an honest, local, and experienced concrete company to do your project. Call 525-5877. Again, that number, 525-5877. As again, I'm gonna do this again. I'm going to let you guys know about the replacement levy vote on February 11th, 2020. And it's a special election. Make sure you turn out your ballot, vote yes, because it's a big deal. There's over 100 staff that are funded by this levy, and you go, well, how's that? McCleary should have taken care of that. No, it doesn't. I'm just going to tell you right now, if you look at the numbers, it doesn't happen. Less than one staffed nurse for 5,800 students is paid for. We have 13 school health clinicians out there, and it's kind of important. It pays for a third of a social worker district-wide. We have 16 intervention specialists and social worker, basically, that help work with them. 9 teacher assistants district-wide is what the normal pay is. We have 24 that we pay for. So as you go down, check out the website at www.ps.org on the levy. It might shock you a little bit about what is not paid for and what the levy dollars do pay for. And Walla Walla Public Schools would look entirely different if this levy weren't to pass. And we know Walla Walla's been awesome, and that they're going to be able to do this. They understand that levies, learning, bonds are for buildings, and that this levy helps with the educational programs and also helps with all the things that are associated with kids here in the Walla Walla area. And so make sure to vote yes on February 11th, 2020. You're going to be hearing more and more about this as this goes on, because of how important it really is and how much it actually improves the lives of students, and all kinds of students, from special education all the way up to AP, all the way from athletic programs to technology in the classroom. It covers every single thing you can think of when it comes to the children here. And I'm excited about our new building that's going to be in, but this has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with learning and what goes on in the day-to-day stuff at Walla Walla High School. So make sure to vote yes on the levy, and it's just a replacement levy. It's not a new levy. It's just a replacement levy, and it will not raise taxes at all. Also, if you're a senior citizen, contact up at if you're a disabled citizen or a senior citizen, you could be eligible for an exemption on the tax. You just got to get a hold of the Walla Walla County Assessor's Office, and they can help you out with that. But as far as the Walla Walla football team here, Pasco out at the 10-yard line warming up, and the Blue Devils getting a final say-so from Coach Lupfer and Coach James and all the coaches down there for Walla Walla Blue Devils for the high school down there. They're getting ready, getting their mind right for the second half, and coming out to win the football game, right? Not just to not lose the football game in the second half.
Yeah, and when a lot of the things they have to work on are small things, it's just working on that. A lot of it being mental, especially because when you see these open drops or easy drops, a lot of it has to do with mental, especially with these new gloves that players use. It's easier to catch, but that's when it starts to become mental. It's more about your mental state than your hands nowadays. And so that's what's going to need to be worked on, especially during the half, and that's what we're going to need to see improvement upon to keep this up.
Well, we're getting ready to go, and as I'm sitting here getting ready, I'm looking down on the sidelines, and I can see the guys all sitting around in a huddle starting to talk a little bit. We'll take one last break. We'll take a 1-minute break, and we'll come back for this kickoff here for the second half of action at Burleski Stadium. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Oh, I loved making meatballs at Grandma's when I was a kid. Let me tell you something. She was very particular. If you made your meatballs too round, she'd slap you upside the head and say, "Egg-shaped, Thomas, egg-shaped. Marona, we don't want the meatballs to roll off of the plate onto the floor." Grandma's meatballs, best I've ever had until I tried a Fazari's hand-rolled meatball at Cucini. Their egg-shape caught my eye, just like Nonna's, and man, are they tasty, the best ever. Delicioso, Cucini, 960 Wallula Avenue, Buona Pazzo.
Double dip, to repeat the action of dipping a chip or other snack into a shared dipping sauce or mixture after taking a bite. Well, that may be Webster's definition of double dip, but here at Total Comfort Solutions, we have a totally different idea. For a limited time, you can receive up to $1,600 in factory rebates and get low interest financing with payments as low as $116 per month. Rebates and great financing? Now that is what I call double dipping. Call Total Comfort Solutions today or check us out on the web at comfortrightdayornight.com. Total Comfort Solutions. Feel the difference.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back. This Blue Devil kickoff brought to you by the Vote Knock team. Vote for Susan Smiley Nakaninsky for City Council position number 5 as Hall boots this ball down the field and it rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Heck of a job there by Hall as he was able to get the ball down and out of the end zone to give the Blue Devil defense a lot of room to work with.
Yeah, and another reminder, don't forget to vote. It's voting time.
That's right. Make sure you do vote. It is your voice in government and being able to get what you want to have. If you don't vote, you can't gripe.
Yeah, and you don't lose anything for voting.
That's right. As Reyes sets up behind center in the shotgun. He'll take it, drop, want to throw, and he does. Deep down the field to Lynn Cone, and Lynn Cone stiff arms more, gets away to the 40, the 30, and he will go the distance for the touchdown. A nice little play call there by Pasco as they fake the screen and then threw it deep to Lynn Cone for the touchdown. A quick strike by the Pasco Bulldogs.
And when you give just a little pocket there for Lynn Cone, someone who's got the burst speed and this really the straightaway speed, he got like Tyreek Hill speed where he can burst out there and just start outrunning everybody. And that little pocket's all he needs to just start outrunning everybody.
As they will bring on the extra point, score 21-13, and he missed a field goal from about this distance right before half, the left-footed kicker, as they're wanting to get something, and I'm not sure what. Oh, they were missing a player. Now they got him up. The play clock still hasn't been running. Now it starts to go. As the kicker lines up, a high snap, kick is up. I don't know if he made that, and he did get it through. I wasn't too sure about that one. So that's good. Our score 21-14 in favor of the Blue Devils, and they will get the football when we come back. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Do you want to know what's really going on in the Walla Walla Valley? Today's Union Bulletin offers you more ways to stay connected with your community, in print, on the web, or on social media. And now a full print replica edition is available online for subscribers. Now in its 150th year, the Union Bulletin is proud to support our communities with local independent journalism. Support your home team community newspaper. Visit union-bulletin.com today. Walla Walla Carpet One is celebrating the Relax It's Lee's rebate event now through November 24th. Get up to $500 back on pet-friendly, stylish, and durable Lee's carpet. The only carpet with a 25-year no-exclusion warranty that covers stains other warranties don't, like pet stains, grease, mustard, even bleach. Hurry into Walla Walla Carpet One and earn up to $500 in manufacturer rebates. Plus, take advantage of our end-of-year stock clearance on Corantec vinyl plank, Karastan carpet, and much more. Walla Walla Carpet One, where we make beautiful affordable.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back as Pasco will tee it up and get ready to kick it away. After a quick score, Pasco will kick it down the field, and Wick will pick it up, bring it up the middle, have a nice little jitter step out to the outside. There he goes to the 30, to the 35, and then runs out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Nice job there by Wick to pick up a little bit of room on the outside. Nice to see him running, and it was really nice, too, to see the quick steps by Wick and the change of direction there for him in that special teams return, as Marticelli will step into the huddle and now break and set up in shotgun. Twin wide outs to the near side, Parrish and Pauly. Ashbeck, the lone wide receiver on the far side, as the snap goes back. The handoff to Humphrey, and he's met and dropped immediately at the line of scrimmage as Pasco all fired up on the far sideline.
And Pasco's been running mostly a four-man front, and so the numbers game should be in theory for Wahai. So when that bust comes out and the numbers game starts to fall apart, then you start to have the problems. And so you got to have that numbers game. You got to win when you have the majority numbers.
As Marticelli again sets up in shotgun, he'll drop, look, want to throw. Ball gets tipped at the line of scrimmage and will fall incomplete as the linemen for Pasco got their hands up and were able to knock it away. Third down and long now.
And this is when everyone starts talking about the short quarterback problem, whether it's in high school, college, or the NFL. Your quarterback's under 5'10" or whatever, he's going to start throwing it. It's going to get deflected. Well,
and Marticelli, he's used to throwing in lanes. He's been playing quarterback since he was knee-high to a grasshopper for Little League. And he does it all the time as Marticelli again sits back in shotgun, takes the snap, drops, looks, throws, has his wide receiver Ashbeck at the 45-yard line, and he will have the first down. A nice little quick throw and a fantastic catch out there by Ashbeck.
And right as you mentioned throwing through lanes, he threw it through that wide open lane and just slid it right where there was a gap between the line and made it right to Ashbeck.
As Ashbeck reached back around his knees on the backside of his route and was able to bring it down, twisting and turning. Ashbeck, the lone receiver on the near side. Two wide receivers to the far side of the formation as Marticelli sets up under center, and a handoff to Humphrey looking for some space. He might have picked up a yard as the defensive end on that far side was able to keep the corner and bring down Humphrey, who was looking for some room, gain of 1.
And we're not seeing the same 5 from the line, and so one of the things they could do is they could try to use that small size of the lineman to try to get the outside run, try to contain the edge, possibly use some pulling guards or pulling the center to get that numbers game on the side they want to run it, because right now the running game is a complete 180.
Trips to the near side, one to the far side for Marticelli, who's set up in shotgun. Blitz being shown by Pasco. Marticelli now will come out, throw the ball, and have his wide receiver. And they're going to say no, it was incomplete as the ball hit the turf. Ashbeck had it bounce off of his shoulder pads and hit the grass. No good on that completion, as the side judge on the Wahai sideline saw it hit the turf and called it.
And that's one of the problems you see when you don't have replay, you don't have the giant jumbotron where you can see the replays and easy plays to see if that did hit the ground first, but you just got to go off the word of it.
Trips to the near side again as Marticelli will throw the option out to Humphreys on the outside. Humphreys puts his foot in the ground, brings the ball up across the 50, up to the 49, 48-yard line, and he will pick up about 5 on the play, but it'll be short of a first down, and it'll bring up 4th down for the Blue Devils.
And that speed option, the outside option, although it didn't get the first down, it allows them to, if they want to go for it. They can still punt it and get it in the corner, but if they want to, they now have the ability to go for it if they want to, because it's short enough distance. And it at least gets Pasco to have to think about that in the back of their head, that they could go for it.
And some confusion there by the Blue Devils as now they're set up in the punt formation. Hall sits back behind the 40-yard line as whistles blow, and Not sure they're going to call a false start. They will. False start on the Blue Devils. And they'll move them back 5 yards. So Wahai needs to take a deep breath and come out to finish up here, as Pasco came out fired up in this second half and had a big play, and now defensively got a stop on the Blue Devils on their first offensive possession, and it looks like they're going to try to get in and block this punt. And now they're going to come out on the outside as they shift, both on the line, and waiting to see what's going to happen here as the snap goes back. Hall has it, and he will kick it away. Deep kick will land inside the 30 and roll out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Good kick there by Hall. And the defense will come out for Wahai after getting burned on a quick strike. And we'll see if they can reset here and hopefully get a turnover for Wahai and that Blue Devil offense.
Yeah, and we need to see if they can stop the deep, big plays. But we also need to see how they do on these short plays, because we haven't seen it yet, because it was one big play, and then that was it for the drive. So definitely going to be interesting to see. This is essentially the first drive again to see how they're going to react to the offense.
Reyes hands the ball off straight up the middle to his running back, Avino, and Avino is dropped after a pickup of about 6 on the play as they came up over the middle of the field, and it will be marked down at the 33-yard line. They need to get the ball up to the 36, 37 for a first down. Reyes again takes the snap, hands the ball off. Straight up the middle goes Avino again. He'll have the first down. He'll be dropped by Terry. And Pasco in hurry-up mode here, down by 1 touchdown in the third quarter. They'll set the chains up right at the 38-yard line. And it'll be first down and 10 as Munoz comes in to run for Reyes. Coming in motion is the wide receiver. Snap goes back, handoff to Munoz, who's hit and dropped. On that inside tackle is Terry, I believe. Yep.
And
Joe Terry. Yep.
And props to the defense for not necessarily forgetting about the chance of a run, because they did do a motion and then had the receiver bounce back a little bit as if he's getting ready for a screen, but the defense reacted to the run as well. And so good job focusing on the entire play, not just that motion.
2 wide receivers on either side as Reyes drops, looks, wants to throw, and it goes off the hands of the wide receiver as it's thrown behind him. He was wide open in the middle of the field on that post route, and it'll bring up third down now and long for Pasco. And the Blue Devils, hands on hips. They're a little tired even coming out here at halftime as Pasco, running that high-pace offense, will send 2 wide receivers on either side of the formation and take the snap and drop. Looks, under pressure and gonna be sacked. Oh, Reyes gets away. Again gets away and will pick up the first down on the outside as Reyes did not go down. That is a fantastic play by the quarterback for Pasco as he kept his feet and did not go down as he was wrapped up by Cole Schmidt.
And that's why the defense has to be aware. They can't stop till the whistle blows. They got to keep hammering, and they got to keep wrapping up and keep trying to pull them down until that whistle blows.
In motion, the wide receiver to the near side, a handoff to Avino up the middle, and Avino will pick up about 4 on the play and get it across the 50-yard line and into Wahai territory at about the 48. Second down and 6 now for Pasco as the clock continues to roll with 6:38 left in the third quarter, and the Blue Devils up 21-14. Trips to the near side, 1 to the far side for Pasco as Reyes again in shotgun. Calls for the snap, wants to throw, takes the step and does, out to Lincone, who has it and then is wrapped up, and ball trying to get ripped out as a trio of Blue Devils bring him down at the 30-yard line, but that'll be good enough for a first down and more.
And this has got to be where the defense has to step up. They're now in their own territory, and this is really the tone setter, because they've already scored once, and if they score another time, it starts to go into Pasco's favor for the half. Now it's do or die, essentially, for this part of the field.
Reyes looking to throw. Down the sidelines, has a man, and it goes in and out of his hands. Incomplete as he was trying to go deep down the sidelines on the far side. Brings up 2nd and 10. Reyes had him for a split second. It just kind of went off of his shoulder pads and fell to the turf as he'll run over to the sidelines, get the play, and then hustle back into the huddle. Play clock rolling down inside of 15 seconds as he gets his guys set up. Munoz, the running back in the backfield, as trips wide receivers come out to the near side. Reyes has it, drops, rolls to the near side, looks, throws, and it will be intercepted by the Blue Devils. Parrish, who was playing behind Lynn Cone, was able to come up with the interception, and the Blue Devil offense will get out onto the field, and that's a big play brought to you by Owsley Insurance. Make sure to give Jackie a call today at 525-5604.
And got both feet in bounds for that NFL-style pick. Toe tap, looking like Steve Smith.
First down and 10 at about the 15-yard line. The offense will come out with 5:52 left in the third quarter. Marticelli behind center, hands the ball off to Humphrey, looking for some space. And Pasco doing a fantastic job of cutting all of the holes up for Humphrey, and they're excited about it, as the Walleye offense just has not been able to put anything together. Humphreys will pick up a yard maybe on that carry.
And now it starts to become, do you trust, now that the winds calm down a little bit, to start passing the ball and being more aggressive in that sense, maybe talking to them about the catching and the mindset, and really now is the time you can pull out a big play to bring the momentum back in your favor.
As the Blue Devils again set up under center, Terry goes in motion to the far side. Snap back, hand off to Humphrey. Humphrey looking for some room, will bounce it back, and good job there by Munoz on the outside to come up and block off the running back lane. As Humphrey saw a hole open up, he'll pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down and 5 now at the 20-yard line.
And credit has to go to Humphrey as well. He could have slipped there. He looked like he was about to fall, but then he pushed forward just a little bit more just to gain that extra yard or two.
So a very makeable 3rd down and 5 from the 20-yard line, as Ashbeck comes out wide to the near side, trips to the far side of the field. Marticelli checks the defense, in shotgun, drops, looks, wants to throw deep, does, to Ashbeck, and Ashbeck is mugged as number 10 had a hold of his shoulder, was gripping and ripping and making sure that Ashbeck couldn't get by him.
And I guess that it's better than allowing him to get the huge gain and possibly a touchdown.
I was excited about the yellow hankies that got thrown at about the 50-yard line by 2 different officials, as Ashbeck was fighting through the PI and still tried to get in close to the catch. But that will be a 1st down, as they'll pick up 15 yards on that penalty. And they'll march it off here as the clock stands at 4:19 here in the third quarter. Blue Devils up by 7. Be really nice if they can get down and even get 3 points here. That would be a huge win for the Walleye offense and hopefully settle some of the nerves that they've had here in the second half.
Yeah, not only that, but give the defense a break and rest so that they can get ready for that high-powered offense and the high speed of people like Lasone, and really just give them a break so that they can start getting that speed and the pressure back that we saw in the first half.
Ball at the 34-yard line, 1st down and 10 Blue Devils. As Ashbeck sets up, same formation, Marticelli this time under center. Snap back, drops, wants to throw, has time, whips it out, and it's almost intercepted as Munoz is out. I'm sorry, number 34 for Pasco. That is Nathaniel Torres at 5'10", 175, the junior, able to help knock it away. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
And the pressure got in his face, and that made it a little bit tougher to see where that pass needed to go. So it's tough when you get that pressure because you got to wrap it around the arm so it doesn't just get deflected, and at least give it a chance. And that caused it to just be out of reach from the catch.
Marticelli drops, wants to throw the screen pass, can't. going to just throw the ball into the turf as they tried to get that screen set up to Humphreys. Pasco doing a nice job of defending against it, held their ground, and just mirrored the quarterback, knowing that he was going to try to throw it to Humphrey.
Yeah, and at least they get a chance when they get that rollout. Marcelli may not be the fastest quarterback alive, but at least gets them to have to watch for him to run, and even though it's incompletion, at least gives the defense just a little bit more time to breathe.
3rd down and 10. They got to get the ball to the 44-yard line for the first down as Marticelli sets up in shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Marticelli drops, now rolls, under pressure. Gonna throw the ball out of bounds near his receiver on the far side, as that will be incomplete and bring up 4th down and 10. He was out of the pocket, tossed it out towards his wide receiver. And the punt unit now comes out for the Blue Devils.
At that point, you're just trying not to throw an interception. And if there's a chance, throw it to where it's like at the sideline. You get a catch, awesome. You get an incompletion, not a pick or sack.
As Hall, again, will send 2-man in motion to the near side, both on the line. Snap goes back. Hall has it, and he will kick it away. An end-over-end kick, bounces at the 40, takes a Blue Devil roll inside the 30 to the 20-yard line, and a flag goes down at about the 35-yard line as a clip was done by number 21, I believe, and that'll move him back even further as Paulie goes over to talk to the official and says, thanks for throwing that flag, because, yeah, you're right, it was a clip.
Yeah, and this helps out the defense because they get their little break that they need, and then you're also pushing them back, so it kind of limits the play calling because they also have to worry about not getting pushed back even farther back into a safety situation or being pinned at the 1 or 2 yard line. And so it helps out the defense because they're now a little bit more rested, and then the positioning gives them a little bit more time. It can allow them to bring more pressure if they want, can allow them to be a little bit more cushioned.
As the officials will mark off the penalty now, it'll bring them inside the 20, inside the 15, and mark them down at about the 10-yard line. And the defense for the Blue Devils will be out now, and you know they're going to be watching a couple of different things. Here's Reyes going through the signals. Will set up in shotgun. Looks for the snap, has it, fake handoff, ball tipped up in the air, incomplete. As the linemen for the Blue Devils got their hands up quickly as Pasco was trying to throw the slant route.
And that's something people forget is that once the pass rush is over, they got to get their hands up too. They got to be thinking, they got to also be aware of when, because that's what can hit, because the pump fakes can make them start to put their hands up too soon and cause mistakes. But when that pass comes, if they can tip it down, that makes a huge play.
Reyes takes it, looks, wants to throw, does. High and out of bounds as Ashbeck was out there defending on that play. There was nowhere to go with that as it gets over the top of the yard marker on the sidelines, bringing up 3rd down and 10.
And at that point, he's just trying to make sure that it does not get picked, get it kind of near out of bounds like we've seen a lot so far, and just hope it's caught.
As I look out onto the field, I don't see Lynn Cohn out there right now as they came out in 3 wide receiver set with a tight end. Snap goes back, going to run the option to the far side. Reyes will try to keep the ball, and it'll be about a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards on that option and going nowhere else, and it'll bring up 4th down and long now for Pasco at the 17-yard line. And the punt unit for Pasco will come out. Good job there by the defense of the Blue Devils with 3:16 left to play in the 3rd quarter, and Wahai leading 21-14.
And at that point, you got to stick with the quarterback because if you start to pitch it out, then you're allowing there to be a chance for a fumble with so many people around. And so really it was a good situation to read both options and force him to have to keep it unless he wants a chance of a turnover.
Punt down the middle, line drive punt, and they get away from it and will be touched down at the 45-yard line of Pasco, and that will be great field position in Pasco territory for the Blue Devils as they start this drive and try to get up 2 scores here against Pasco.
This is their chance to bring the momentum back and take over this half and end the quarter well, and this field position is the perfect situation for that.
We'll see what the offense will come out and do here as Marticelli will set up behind center. 4-man line, 3 linebackers in there for Pasco as they'll take the snap and hand the ball off to Humphreys. Humphreys has some room. He'll pick up about 5 on that play and bring it up to about the 41-yard line as Humphrey did a nice job of picking up some yardage there on that first down.
And a nice run for the first time we've seen a little bit. The edge was good, and then he had the speed, obviously, to get out to the edge before the defenders can catch up to him and make the play. And he forced himself a few more yards to get that 5-yard gain.
Ian and Terry on that outside able to get that edge and seal it. Double tight ends here for the Blue Devils as, again, they'll hand off to Humphrey over that right-hand side. Humphrey pushing, has the first down as he did not stop his feet. Nice job there by the sophomore. Got a little help from some linemen helping pushing from behind and got it up to the 35 for a first down, a pickup of 6 on the play.
And Coach Greg showing, even though the running game wasn't starting off well this half, he's still dedicated to it. He still trusts Humphrey. He's been a great running back. And if they can bring this momentum back in the running game, it could start to look really pretty in the running game again.
As they will bring out Avero Garcia, the senior 5'10", 255-pounder, into the line. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Humphrey in the backfield as Marticelli will take it, hand off to Humphreys. Humphreys looking for some room, and he'll be brought down. A loss of 1 on the play as he tried to do a little stretch play to the right side as Omar had to come out. And now they got some guys a little bit of breath, and they're able to come back in. Number 76 for the Blue Devils, Alvaro Garcia was in, and then he just came out. Again, taking time, inside a minute and a half now. 2nd down and 11 for the Blue Devils. Ball at the 36-yard line. Marticelli behind center. Bump and run coverage on the outside as they fake the run to Humphreys. Look to throw. Does. Has a man down and in at the 24-23-yard line. Nice job by Marticelli, and he took a pop when he threw the ball, too.
And the linebackers were flowing, expecting the run, just like they did last play. They flowed to the running back, and they flowed to the running back this time. And that hesitation by the linebackers expecting the run was just enough to be able to get that mid-area passing game where you're now relying on the corners to do a lot more of the coverage by themselves than having assistance by the linebackers.
And Marticelli, rolling to his left, was able to throw the ball over there and kind of drop down Laredo to get it down to his wide receiver. Snap back, handoff Humphreys straight up the middle as Humphreys picks up a good chunk of yardage there and gets it inside the 15.
And there was a big old gap there. They made it easy on him. He slipped a little bit and then did a little flip there. But nice gain, open hole. I'm sure Humphrey's very appreciative of that.
A lot of substitutions here as it looks like Lupfer's trying to get some of his guys some rest as he's substituting one guy at a time. That's a pickup of, we'll call it 8 on the play. As Marticelli makes sure everyone's where they're supposed to be, and right now they're not. Terry now sets up. Setting up, 1, has the ball, got it off, gonna throw the fade deep into the end zone! Touchdown, Blue Devils, as it bounced off his hands, and he came down to his knees, and because he was on his knees praying for the touchdown, his prayers were answered. Hallelujah, Blue Devil touchdown.
It all happened just as it was supposed to.
As Ashbeck jumped up, had the ball go off of his hands, he went down to his knees, kept his eye on the ball, and had a second chance at it, and came down. Big-time play, big-time concentration as the clock expires for the 3rd quarter, and they're on for the extra point here.
And the momentum, and that's the perfect play to end the quarter, because that brings a lot of momentum into the 4th quarter. The 4s are out now after this PAT.
And the Pasco Bulldogs jump off sides trying to get the block, and they'll move it up a little bit more here as that'll be half the distance to the goal. Hall will set up. And I like the routine that he has. It's the same every single time. Pauly snaps back, kick up, kick is good. And Blue Devils go up 28-14 at the end of the third quarter. You're listening to Blue Devil football on KGDC 1320 AM.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. So swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952. Limited time offer while supplies last. Discount depends on tire size and type. Cannot be combined with other offers. Details at leschwab.com.
You've worked hard to make it beautiful. Now get your yard ready for colder weather. L&G Ranch Supply, your local True Value hardware store in Walla Walla, carries rakes, fall fertilizers, lawn bags, tarps, everything you need to keep your yard looking nice through the winter. Plus, find a great selection of men's and women's Carhartt clothing. Remember to pick up a bag of Science Diet dog or cat food for your furry friends. Ask about weekly specials as well. Stop in today. L&G Ranch Supply, your local True Value hardware store off Tosick Way. A trusted name in the Walla Walla Valley, it's L&G Ranch Supply.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back. This kickoff brought to you by the committee to vote Susan Smiley Nakaninsky, the Vote Knock team. Our home, our families, our children, our city, my focus. Vote Susan Smiley Nakaninsky for City Council position 5. And I encourage you to do so. I know Susan, and she will do what's right for Walla Walla and for our community. I'm really excited about the opportunity for her to be on the City Council, and I hope that you guys are too, as she is a proud supporter of the Blue Devils here for this season, for the football season. And I also want to make sure to encourage the big play for Owsley Insurance, as they sponsor our big play, and there was not a bigger play than Ashbeck coming down with that catch. Owsley Insurance, call 525-5604 today. As Hall, little boot up to the left side, and it falls on the turf. A little scrum for it, and who is going to come up with it? It looks like Pasco, as the ball went off the hands of the Pasco return man and was just picked up barely at about the 37-yard line of Pasco, and the defense for Wahai will head out as Reyes will try to get something done here for Pasco, down by 2 scores.
And that kick did its job, because it at least gave them a chance to get the ball back. And, well, now that I don't know if he was the returner or not, but they're definitely going to think about them hands after that drop.
Snap goes back, a little reverse to Lynn Cohn, who's trying to get out to the outside and does. Has the corner, gets to the outside and is pushed out of bounds near the 50-yard line. Lynn Cohn, who is very good at getting to that corner, whistles blow. And Humphrey, who was down on the turf, now has to head out. And we don't want to see him go down, as he had a little juke on him, and he went down. He's kind of holding his right leg a little bit, but he was able to get off on his own power. Tough individual, tough kid, as he gets looked at by a fantastic athletic trainer, Kelsey. Love to see her there. Reyes drops, throws deep down the field, has a man, and it's caught by the Pasco wide receiver on the outside, inside the 10-yard line to the 5. And it's dueling banjo time here for Friday Night Lights, as Pasco now is starting to drive down during this series.
And they know they need to get that momentum, or this game could be over. And so they're willing to take those risks, those big plays, to get momentum to at least be balanced, if not on their side, so that they can try to make this comeback.
As Reyes will set the offense up, and it looks like the ball will be at about the 6. 11:34 left to play in the game. Blue Devils up 28-14, as Reyes snaps, hands the ball off to Lynn Cohn. Lynn Cohn trying to get some space, and will not get into the end zone. He'll get about 3 yards on the play. They lined up with 3 backs in the backfield, power eye style, something you don't see very often in today's football game.
And it makes sense in this situation because as you get closer, it's a lot harder to pass because there's a lot less routes that you can run to get separation. So getting them to not know where you're running is one of the benefits to the short field on how to trick them.
Handoff to the fullback goes nowhere here, and that'll bring up 3rd down and goal. Ball at the 3. Reyes, muddle huddle. Again, 3 backs in the backfield. Now sends a man in motion, the middle back. They'll toss it out to Lincoln, trying to get to the corner, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Using flat speed to the outside, Lincoln was able to get out there and make it to the pylon for the score, and that will bring the score 28-20 here with 10:34 left in the game.
And Pasco knew they need to get that edge because if they get the edge, then Lincoln can get the speed. So it was just simply get the edge, contain the edge, and make sure no one can get outside of you. That way Lincoln can just do his thing.
Left-footed kicker in to kick the extra point. Now the official will reset behind the kicker. And snap goes high, kicks down, kicks up. Kick is good. Wow, I didn't know if that had got through or not, but it did. 28-21 with 10:34 left to play in the game. Blue Devils lead. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on KGDC 1320 AM.
Your Walla Walla YMCA has a variety of activities lined up for kids and adults to keep you active and healthy. It doesn't matter whether or not you're a current YMCA member. Everyone can participate in any of the Y's paid programs. Come on in and sign up for the next sessions of swim lessons, rock climbing, gymnastics, karate, technology clubs, youth programs, and personal training. To learn more, go to www.ymca.org. That's www.ymca.org.
What kind of large format printing can we do for you? Hi, this is Sheila from Postal Annex, and I am so excited to tell you about our new wide format printer copiers. With these machines, we can print vinyl and paper banners, enlarge a family photo to poster size, print your favorite photo to canvas, or print blueprints for your construction job. And ask us about our quick turnaround times for high-speed color or black and white printing for flyers, letters, announcements, or small posters. That's at Postal Annex in the Plaza Way Shopping Center, Walla Walla.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back. Pasco getting ready to kick the ball away here in the 4th quarter, trailing by 7 as they now flip a couple of men and they'll move just a little bit here. Pasco comes up to the line and a line drive kick into the middle of the field. Wick has it at the 20, up to the 25 to the 30. Stiff arms a man, keeps his feet to the 35 to the 40, 45, up to the 50-yard line, and he's down. Great field position by the Blue Devils on that return. Wick bringing a little bit of explosion back to the special teams return game.
Yeah, and he's shown that he's ready, and if this is his first week back, we can hope to see that he'll make even some big plays next week and hopefully even this game here, because it seems like he's doing well enough to be able to get a couple plays and make a big play or two, even if he's not getting a lot of snaps this week.
10:24 left in the game. Marticelli comes up behind center. Snap goes back. Hand off to Humphrey. Humphrey looking for some room. Has a great big hole over on the right-hand side up to the 40-yard line and then out of bounds as Humphrey saw the hole, was able to take advantage and pick up near 10 yards on the play.
And Humphrey's just trying to push his will against his defense and tire them out and just keep running and allow this clock to run. Though the clock's not running at the moment, it's still going to tire out that defense for later on plays when he's trying to kill that clock and run down their throats.
As they'll move the first down marker, they'll say he picked up 10 yards on that play. And Humphrey, a little bit of hobble, but man, you got to give credit to the line too. They're making good holes on this last couple possessions as that play comes in, and a great big huddle on the tackle as a group tackle by the Pasco Bulldogs. Humphrey's picking up maybe a yard on that play.
And on the edge, Pasco got around and they wrapped around and basically encircled Humphrey on that play because they got around the near edge and got to behind Humphrey and started to try to pull him back to slow down his push forward that he always usually does.
9:45 left, and the clock continues to roll as Marticelli will break the huddle and send men out. One wide receiver, two wide receivers to the left, one to the near side. Tight end on the right-hand side for the Blue Devils as Marticelli will hand the football off to Humphreys. Humphreys gets it up and will bring it up near the 35-yard line. And that'll bring up a third down, and we'll call it 6.
Wasn't an amazing game, but it does kill the clock, and that's the biggest thing at this time. Kill the clock, tire out the defense, and keep momentum.
Third down, we'll call it 7. Marticelli looking for the play. They're letting the clock roll here. As Marticelli now has the play, will be in the huddle. Twin wideouts to the far side, one to the near side. Marticelli under center. Blitz being shown. Snap goes back. Blitz coming. Throw goes out to the outside. They have a man. And then Lynn Cohn driving the wide receiver down to the turf aggressively. Good hit and tackle by Lynn Cohn. And a great catch on the outside there by the young man, number 88, Bird. And that'll bring up a short fourth down. We'll call it 3 for this play, and it looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, and Marticelli, great job taking the pressure and still making that throw because they were coming screaming at him.
Fourth down, Marticelli behind center. Long snap count, trying to get him to jump off sides. Now he's going to look, talk to guys about the play. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3. Timeout, I believe, called by the Blue Devils. And they're going to talk about it. We'll do the same. 30-second timeout. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Your local appliance pro knows a thing or two about which brands are most reliable. A recent survey of hundreds of appliance pros nationwide found that the 3 most reliable brands of refrigerators, ranges, dishwashers, washers, and dryers are Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. That's no surprise to Sonny Yeagers and his crew at Elgin Appliance in Milton Freewater. Elgin Appliance carries all 3 brands. Forget the box stores. Go to Elgin Appliance in Milton Freewater, the appliance pros. Open weeknights until 6:30, Elgin Appliance.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back as the Blue Devils, looks like they're going to be going for this fourth down here. It's going to be a 4th down and 3 as Pauly will be set up at wide receiver on the near side. Ashbeck wide receiver on the far side. Marticelli has Terry at tight end on the near side. Humphrey, the running back. Marticelli has a quarterback sneak, and it looks like he's going to be very close to a first down. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Going to be very close. What are they going to call here? If they don't measure this, or if they don't call a first down, the crowd's going to explode. They're going to bring out the chains. And I don't think they got it. With the mark of where the football is, I don't think they got it.
And the risky move to go for a QB sneak on 3 yards, because when you're doing a QB sneak on 3 yards or more, you're assuming the quarterback will run, not just fall over for that yard or two. You're assuming he's going to be able to drive just another yard or two to be able to get it. And really a risky move when you don't have like a powering, like 200-plus pound quarterback.
Yeah, but I like the call either way, because no matter what, you're going to get field position for your defense. And no, they didn't make it. Pasco got them. So that means the Pasco offense will head out as they miss the first down on the spot of the football.
And now it's up to the defense to shut up the momentum that's gone right back to Pasco.
Yep, as the ball will be placed inside the 30-yard line with 7:51 remaining here in the game. And the defense is going to need to step up. And before we get started here, I want to make sure to wish my youngest son good night. Make sure you get a good night's sleep. You got a baseball game tomorrow, buddy, as he got his first hit of Little League at 8 years old. down there at Pacific Little League for Fall Little League, and we're very proud of him. He did a great job out there, left-handed hitter. As Reyes has it, tosses the ball out to Lincone. Lincone trying to reverse his field, and he is dropped. And he collapses when he got dropped, as he was just hammered in the backfield. Nice job there by the defense as he tried to reverse his field and come back to the near side. The defense stopped him for a big loss on the play. 2nd down and long now for Pasco. Power eye again, as they have 3 running backs in the formation. That's basically, hey, stop us. They're going to hand the ball off, as that will go maybe 3 yards. And now a whole new group of people come out for Pasco, as it will be a 3rd down, and we'll call it 11. First down marker is right at the 40-yard line with 6:53 and counting clicking down on the clock. Twin wideouts on either side of the formation. Quarterback Reyes in the backfield in shotgun. Calls for the snap, now has it and drops. Under pressure, gonna be hit, gonna get the ball taken from him. Cole Schmidt robs him like he was taking it away from a baby in the Halloween candy.
And that's the momentum switch that was needed right there. Now the momentum, 2 big plays for Pasco. The momentum completely swings back now that Wahai not only got the ball back, but they got the ball back really close to the end zone.
Cole Schmidt doing his best Oliver Twist impersonation, Dodger impersonation, saying, "Please, sir, can I have some more?" as he takes it away, pickpockets the quarterback Reyes, and rumbles near the goal line. And right here, the Blue Devils need to punch it into the end zone. Marticelli takes it himself, bends over to the end zone. Did he get in? Waiting for the call, waiting for the call, waiting for the call. What are they going to say? Come on! Touchdown, Blue Devils!
Woo! And there's the momentum that was needed right there.
And I'm glad to see Marticelli get that, because you know that young man was upset when he did not get the first down on that spot. What a great job by Marticelli and that front line for the offense to power it in to put the Blue Devils up 34-21, and with the extra point to go up by 2 scores. Pauly has the football, gonna snap it back here. Snap, hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. 35-21 with 6:24 left in the game. Blue Devils lead here at Burleski Stadium. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Why do so many people listen to KGDC and KGDC2? Could it be our market exclusives on the top 2 names in conservative news? KGDC 92.9 FM has 10 minutes of Fox News each and every hour, and KGDC2 102.3 FM is the exclusive home of townhall.com radio news. Plus, our stations have market exclusives on powerful features such as Breakpoint, Focus on the Family Minute, Dr. James Dobson's Family Talk, and more. 92.9 FM and 102.3 FM, the best radio in Walla Walla.
Here we are in another commercial full of rhymes.
To tell you how Fazari's is keeping up with the times.
It's a whole new menu you will love to see.
Our sandwiches, pasta, pizza are now in HD.
Your complete satisfaction is still our mission.
But you won't see our pies in anything but high definition.
So be careful when you change the channel to your favorite show.
It might just cause you to head to Fazari's to dine in or a pizza to go.
Oh boys, you make HD stand for hot and delicious.
Mamma mia.
Fazari's Finest on Bridge Street in Clarkston and at Fazari's.com.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
6:24 left in the game. Blue Devils lead 35-21 over Pasco as Hall places the ball up, and now it falls down. Now he'll place it back up again.
The dang wind's coming back.
And I'm going to blame the earthquake. I don't even know. There's not an earthquake.
0.8 aftershock from an aftershock.
Well, it's
from
probably
like 2
the
weeks ago.
aftershock when I was jumping up and down up here in the booth on that touchdown. As Hall will set up, and the kick, a high end-over-end kick, goes back towards the end zone. It's picked up there by the returner after it bounces high, and he'll be brought down. Great job there by the special teams, and a flag comes down as a Blue Devil was on the turf. I believe a Pasco guy got a shot in on him, and the officials caught him. Naughty, naughty. Gonna move you back half the distance to the goal line.
Taking a shot when the guy didn't even have the ball. You can get away with it kind of if you're like, I didn't know he was done yet, but you're taking a shot on a guy that's a defender. It's a little iffy there.
As Coach Lupfer again getting some substitutions in, trying to get his offensive line some rest, as he'll bring in big number 74, Damian Johnson, the 5'10", 300-pound senior, to help plug up the middle of that defense. Oh, that's my bad. Number 74, Aiden Van Dyke, 6'4", 280. He's a junior.
Yeah, I actually knew him when he was a freshman. We played PUBG for any of the
I love
young
PUBG.
people on there.
That's my favorite game. As Reyes drops, looks, throws, has his wide receiver, and it pops in and out of his hands. Looking like the Teflon, as there was Ashbeck, Pauly coming up on Lynn Cone. He was trying to make a move before he had the ball. 2nd down and 10 as Reyes again sets up, trips to the near side, one to the far side, drops, looks, throws on an out route, has his wide receiver out there, number 82. Parrish does a great job of bringing down 82 near the 10-yard line. And there is no love lost between these two teams. There is a lot of animosity right now, as there's been a lot of chippiness going on and some banter down in the trenches.
Yeah, not only did he bring him down, but he kept him in bounds. And now it's becoming more and more of a game of tick, tick, tick as this clock keeps going down.
As Letterkenny says, tick-tock. Reyes drops, looks, wants to throw. Now he's going to come out of the backfield, going to try to get up on the outside, does, has the sideline, runs out of bounds, and will stop the clock. Good job by Reyes to be able to pick up the first down and stop the clock with 5:36 left to play in the game. The game is not over yet by any means of the imagination. It gives the Blue Devils a nice little cushion here with 2 scores, but you want to stop here. You want to make them take every last bit of seconds and drain it off the clock if they're going to score.
Yeah, and I think the momentum combined with this banter that they're having will make them want to blow out Pasco or vice versa.
As Moore was lining up a shot on number 82 for Pasco, and he got a little bit of T-Rex arms out there as number 82, Brandon Scott, 6'3", 190 wide receiver, the senior. Moore was laying him up and getting ready to lay him out, and he kind of withdrew his arms on that pass play, and it fell incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Reyes again in shotgun. Looks at a blitz maybe, and now they hand off the ball. And being tackled, nice job there, Van Dyke. Ate him up in the backfield and dropped him on the turf.
And that's one of the benefits of rotating in Van Dyke, is he's one of the biggest players. He's a big dude. Again, I knew him since he was a freshman. He was a big boy back then, too.
5:12 and counting down. 3rd down and long, 3rd and 8. As Reyes again in the shotgun, calls for the snap and drops. Wants to throw, now getting flushed. Throws the ball out on an out route. Nice tackle on the outside as Ashbeck absolutely clotheslined him WWE style and laid the smacketh downeth.
And Wahai, the football team, did spend some time with the wrestlers this summer, so maybe they learned a move or two.
4th down now for Pasco. They're not going to punt it. They're going to go for it. 4th and 3. Twin wideouts to the near side. Twin wideouts to the far side. Reyes now sends a man in motion to the near side. Snap back, looks, wants to throw the out route, does. Has his wide receiver, Lynn Cone, and Lynn Cone is tackled and dropped. Pauly, sure tackling Pauly out there, brought him down at the 45 before he was able to bring it back out to the outside, and the clock continues to roll.
And they were going for that strip, knowing that he got the first down. They wanted to rip that ball up right before he got onto the ground.
Snap back, handoff. No, Reyes is gonna try to run with it, and he will be sacked. Terry back there with the sack, along with Cole Schmidt and Jackson Owen. 2nd down and 11. 4 minutes, inside of 4 minutes now as Pasco sets up. Still in Pasco territory. Reyes has it and drops. Going to throw the out route, does, and bounces it into 17, and it's incomplete. And Parrish comes up real close to 17 and goes, hey, how you doing? I was right here. I was going to smoke you.
Yeah, and the defensive line singing to the quarterback. And just a little call out to Aiden Van Dyke. I am not old. He told me that when I went to one of the practices. Like, how you doing, old man? I hurt me. I'm only 20.
3rd down and 11. 3:50 left. Ball at the 43-yard line of Pasco. Reyes has it and will drop. Under pressure again. Going to roll out. Going to try to get to the outside. Tosses it up and out of bounds. Not going to be able to be caught as he was trying to go to Lincoln, but he had no shot at that as it landed a good 7 yards into the sidelines at about the 10-yard line. 3:43 left, 4th down and 11, and Pasco is going to have to go for it here.
And I like that pass because he's either going to be out of bounds or a pick because the defender was in front of Lincoln at that moment.
Reyes with trips wide receivers to the near side, wide side. One wide receiver, that's Lincoln, to the far side. Snap back, rolls out to the near side, looking to try to get something done. Reyes going to try to get to the outside. He can't get there. And that will be a turnover on downs. And the Walla Walla Blue Devils, with 3:37 left in the game, will head out on offense. And they're going to try to put the nail in the coffin here and run the ball out against the Pasco Bulldogs.
And good job on the pressure, because sometimes linebackers, when they're coming after the quarterback, will hesitate knowing that there could be a receiver behind them. He came screaming down, and that forced the quarterback to either have to throw it right away or tuck it in. He decided to tuck it in because if he fumbles it, that's just as bad as the 4th down turnover, maybe even worse because they can score off a fumble.
Marticelli has it, will hand off, gives it to Humphreys. Humphreys will keep his feet going. He breaks a tackle. He's going to go. Lincoln is the only guy that can stop him, and they bring him down inside the 20-yard line. I thought he was going to be down at the line of scrimmage. He didn't and kept his feet going. That's a positive mindset right there. He was able to bust it outside.
And the only reason it wasn't a touchdown is because Lincoln, one of the fastest guys in the MCC, if not the fastest. If Humphrey's making you have to run and you're the fastest player, that tells you how fast Humphrey is for a power running back.
And he absolutely did that on his own on the outside. Clock rolling down inside of 3 minutes, 10 seconds now on the clock. Marticelli settles in behind center, takes it. Again, hands off up the middle, and getting tackled and brought down is Moore. Moore, who's in now for Humphreys at running back, takes it up the middle, picks up about a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards on the play, but more importantly, keeps the clock clicking.
Yeah, you're tying out the defense, so you're abusing them, then you got the tick-tock, you got a little bit of both, and then it just overall is a great situation to be in.
As we start looking at our player of the game, we want to make sure to give a shout out to T Walla Walla. T Walla Walla has unique hand-printed quality local t-shirts and has been a part of the Walla Walla community since 1986. If you're looking for the right gift, addition to your wardrobe, or somewhere where you can print your custom design, or you just want to represent your team in all its glory, head down to T Walla Walla at 19 North 2nd Avenue or check out their online store at twallawalla.com. I know our bowling team, we start up on the 4th of November, and we get all of our t-shirts and our equipment from Ann down at T Walla Walla. We have never been disappointed in anything she's done for us. And I also know that our fast pitch program at Walla Walla High School uses her exclusively, and we have always been exceedingly happy with everything she's done for us. And if you're looking for a good product, if you're looking for a quality product, and you don't have to worry about what it looks like because it is taken care of, she does a fantastic job. Make sure to give her a call, stop in, and see what they have, because they will help you out. As Marticelli again sets up under center. Ball on the turf. I think that's Sermon now in at at quarterback. Is that Sermon? No, it's Marticelli still. Marticelli's in there at quarterback, and that snap was fumbled, and he fell down on it and was able to recover that ball. It'll be 3rd down now and 8 with 2:28 and Pasco calls a timeout as there is a Pasco Bulldog down on the field. We'll keep it here because I got to talk a little bit. So here's the deal. You start looking for your quality wares and you really want to get something good, you need to go down and talk to Ann, because Ann will take care of you at T Walla Walla. And I've been really happy. In fact, I've got to go down there and talk to her here in the next week because I need to order our T-shirts for our bowling program. And for those of you out there listening at home, if you have a young man or you have a young lady who wants to play winter sports, whether it be basketball, whether it be swimming, whether it be bowling, whether it wrestling's coming up too. As Coach Buttonoff, I'm sure, will text me if I don't mention that wrestling will be coming up here soon. And that is for both male and female. You need to make sure you register. Bowling starts up November 4th. You need to register by next week if you're interested in that. It's a pretty neat deal. We have about 30 kids signed up right now, and Bowlaway Lanes has been great for us down there. And we have a great time. The program has gone to state every single year of its start except one. And the girls that come down, they do a fantastic job of representing Wahai, as does the basketball program, the swimming program, the wrestling program. It's so much fun to watch these athletes compete and to be out there and kind of show what Walla Walla High School is all about.
I'm not going to let it go. You said if I beat one of your players that I'd get your truck, and I did one time.
I got to see it. I
sent you the scoreboard. You said even if she was hurt. I can show you the
scoreboard, and I can shoot 300 every single time. I know how to change those things.
I don't know how to. I don't bowl much. You said even if she was hurt, I could.
Marticelli takes it, throws into the end zone, and has it picked off. Picked off by Lynn Cohn. Lynn Cohn looking for some space on the outside. Trying to get to the outside corner and does, and gets out of bounds near the 35-yard line.
And that's the one guy you don't want to intercept it because you know he can be Deion Sanders out of nowhere and make a big return.
2:16 left to play in the game. And the Pasco Bulldogs are going to come on out here with a 2-score deficit and try to get something going. And that is very Marticelli-like. He's only thrown 3 interceptions all year long, and that one was number 4, and it came at an inopportune time down in the red zone. As Reyes takes it, looks, throws on the out route, has his wide receiver number 17, and he goes to the inside and just gets annihilated. Terry smokes him.
I didn't mind the risk. I just didn't like who got the ball in the end.
Yeah.
Because anyone but Lincoln, and maybe it's like a 10, 15-yard return, but that became like a 30-yard return with Lincoln.
6-yard gain. Terry made him pay for it, too, all 6 yards, as Reyes sets up with trips to the far side, 2 to the near. Throws out to Lincoln. Lincoln looking for some space, wanting to cut it, jitterbugging, gets some space, and then out of bounds near the 40-yard line of the Blue Devils. First down and 10, clock stops, 1:41.
Lincoln has been the lifeblood of this team so far.
You betcha. He's been a game changer for these Bulldogs. Reyes has had some great plays too tonight as he sets up an empty set. Will drop, look, under pressure, gonna have to scramble, looking for some space again. Gets to the outside, past the 30 to the 25 and out of bounds.
And again, even though they're making big plays, the biggest thing against them right now is the tick-tock of the clock.
As the Blue Devils will have a defensive first down and 10. Pasco with the ball at the 36. Reyes sending his wide receivers out. Empty set again. Trips to the top, twins to the bottom. Reyes checks the defense, drops, wants to throw, under pressure, just tosses it up, and it will be incomplete as the corner on the far side, Pauly, had it go in and out of his hands as he was diving towards the end zone, and that will stop the clock at 1:28.
That was not only a chance for a sack and a pick as well. It's incomplete. Clock goes down just a little bit, slows down the momentum. They're not able to run the hurry up as effectively as they want now because that clock and because they had incomplete play.
And they'll set it up again. Trips to the top, twins to the bottom. Same formation as Reyes is checking over to the right side. He'll drop and look. Under pressure, spins out to the near side, wants to get to the sidelines and does. But it will not be enough for a first down. It will, however, stop the clock with 1:23 left and bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Bulldogs. A lot of pressure being put on. That quarterback, Reyes, sitting in empty. They're bringing guys trying to get to him early.
And it's forcing him to run and kill clock for short gains. Gain of 1 or 2 yards every run so far, but it's taking off 5 seconds each time.
Watch the screen pass here as the quarterback, Reyes, has Avina in the backfield. He'll send trips to the far side, one to the near side, and I don't know if they were set, but it says they were, as he'll roll out, want to throw deep into the end zone. Incomplete, as Ashbeck went up with the wide receiver and knocked it out of his hands in the end zone.
And this is their chance, because if they don't get it here, game over.
Yeah,
essentially.
It is, and with all the timeouts they've spent, they can just run down the clock. Wahai can if they stop them right here. 4th down and 8. As Reyes again will come back in shotgun. He'll have a running back with him to the left side. Reyes takes it and drops. Looks, wants to throw. Now gonna scramble, looking for the edge, and he will be brought down. No! Gonna get the first down. Nice job by who else? Humphreys. He came up, made the tackle at his linebacker position, prevented the first down, and now the Blue Devils will run out the clock.
And Humphreys saying, this is my game.
It is.
You're not taking this away from me.
That young man has had a heck of a ball game tonight, as has Ashbeck defensively, and Terry defensively has come up with a couple of huge hits on the outside. It's been an all-around, very entertaining ball game so far tonight, and we want to make sure that we give just rewards as player of the game. We're going to call it for Humphreys already right now, sponsored by T Walla Walla, as again the ball is dropped but picked up and getting some yardage up the middle is, who's the running back now? Moore picks up some yardage up the middle. Nice job there to recover and get the ball to the running back, as the clock will roll inside of a minute, inside of 45 seconds.
I like the substitution. The defense is getting tired, and then you rotate in a fresh running back, get him some extra snaps since the game's almost over. Now is the time to give him the snaps when he's one of the freshest players on the team right now.
As they set up in victory formation, and they go down to a knee, and Pasco decides they want to try to blitz everybody in and cause some damage on the inside, trying to get the football. Wahai,
the clock's going and going,
and the clock will roll out. Wahai just look up at the scoreboard as they point to the scoreboard to let them know who won this football game, and Pasco will lose here at Burleski Stadium by 2 scores.
And Walla Walla, Wahai, now back to 500.
And I am exceedingly excited as the Blue Devils are able to make their mark here against Pasco. That's their last league game, as they'll face Wenatchee next week. We'll go ahead and take a break. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio on KGDC 1320 AM.
Pocket iNet Communications is now offering internet service that is an incredible 20 times faster than cable to the residents of Walla Walla Valley. You too can get access to this super high-speed gigabit internet by visiting pocketinet.crowdfiber.com and entering your address. That's pocketinet.crowdfiber.com. pocketinet.crowdfiber.com. Welcome to Gigabit Country. No limits, just possibilities. Why is Carrier equipment from Grassy Refrigeration such a great choice for your heating and cooling needs? There's a lot of reasons. We've been in business since 1958. Our technicians are highly trained and experienced. We install top-of-the-line equipment from Carrier, and